That's for all the missed live streams. What's up, everybody? It's been a while. Kind of forgot how to do this. Let me get my scent of the day. Okay, it's here. I'll give you all a moment to come in. How's everybody doing? What is new? Yo, yo, yo. Come on in. Come on in. If you remember this place, come on in. It's been a while, but we're back. And we're here. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Here for a good time. What's up, Hills? Good to see you and Yara. And hopefully Finn. Michael Harness. Quack, quack. Rich Mitch. Your Rose. Spaced out. How are you doing? How's everybody doing? What's new? Let us know what you're wearing. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what you've purchased last. Eric Moore. Yo. Dev is in Lapidus. I've got the weekend free. I've got the entire weekend free, and it's not very often I get free weekends, but this is a free weekend, and I am using it to the best. I think I'm going to go see Oppenheimer. I haven't seen a movie in forever, and I've got no kids, and I'm sure they've got no interest in seeing Oppenheimer, but I want to go see it, and I think I'm going to go see it tonight, and I won't have to be forced to watch something that I typically am not interested in, like kids stuff, you know. Hello, 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 everybody. Matt Corns, Robin. There's a lot of new faces here I've not seen before. I don't know where all these people are coming from, but hello, welcome. Fido, like I'm not familiar with these users. Hello. Carnival Tribute is in Diorum Original. Love it. Super King is in Dante Bra. No way. I am in Dante Bra today, too. And I don't know where the hell my bottle is. I am in Dante Bra. Only because I was talking to Rich about it earlier. And I was like, that would be a good one to wear. Because Rich reviewed Heaven Can Wait from a sample that was sent to him from Pradeep. Go over and check it out. And I am super excited and anxious. For me, it's going to be a full purchase, like full bottle purchase, the moment it's available. It's Frederick Mull. It's Jean-Claude Elena. It's Iris. Rich kind of worried me, like talking to Rich. He's like, oh, this is a little bit metallic-y. And I'm like, oh, shit, because I don't do well with metallic notes. I would rather it be like the woody amber that Rich keeps going on about than metallic. That's just my own personal thing. And it's probably because I work with a lot of metals and steels and I see those colors all day long. But there's a time I loved Platinum Egoist, but now it's, I don't know what it is. Something metallic. And I want to say almost screechy, but metallic is somewhat smooth. But I am in Dante Bra, and I don't know why I cannot find my bottle. But I am excited for Heaven Can Wait. Matt is in Amouage Sunshine. I like that a lot. Stefan is in Bois de Zille, one of the greats, one of my all-time favorites. EDP. I like the EDP a lot too. There's a lot of bitching going on when they swap these out for the EDTs, but I think that's all settled down now. And when after people have had time to spend with them, they seem quite content. I know I'm content with the EDPs. What's up, Paul? Good to see you. Eric Moore just got 200 ml of Eau de Cologne, La Pausa number 18, and finally Bel Respiro. Good for you. Congratulations. I love the whole range. One of my favorites. And I keep telling Rich, this is the greatest range in all of perfume. It's the greatest line, Les Exclusive, right? When you put a collection together of that many perfumes, there's not many brands that can come off and pull something like that off, like an aesthetic, like a very clean, concise aesthetic of meaningful perfumes. What's up, Christy? Good to see you. Dev, latest purchase was Guerlain Samsara. Good pick. I love that. And I struggle to pick a favorite in that sandalwood category of Samsara and Bois d'Azil. Even though I get much more of the sandalwood story from Samsara, it's like a higher quality sandalwood, it feels like. I love Bois d'Azil, though. I love both of them. It's hard to pick. Why do we have to pick? We don't have to pick. We can love both, right? We can love both. It'll be a big love affair of sandalwood. I'm down with that. You bought it again, a backup. I understand your feelings about Bella Despiro. Dude, there was a time where when I was first like trying to understand the Les Exclusives, I thought Bella Despiro was the weakest one from the whole line. And just wearing it, and because it's green and I find it related to number 19, it's one of my favorites. Absolutely love it. And I know some people say it's like so quiet on them and they can't perceive anything. And that's true. It is quiet, but I'm able to pick it up all day long. Already out in Canada. No, it is not in Canada yet. It won't be here till September sometime. Super King says he just watched Mission Impossible. Yoshi, what's happening? Yashi and L'Eau d'Ombre. I guess that's the l'artisan parfumier. Paul's in London wearing 2 different Jovoy samples. What are you wearing? All right, big party at Hillary's. What kind of snacks do you guys have, Hills? Nice haircut. Thank you. I just went for a haircut. That's right. Thanks for noticing. I've been great. I've been really good. Thank you. I have been doing a lot of the same as usual, just constantly just doing something, being out and then enjoying and just flowing. That's what it feels like. It's just kind of like flowing and trying not to get stuck or held back or just doing things that I enjoy. That's what I've been doing. So yeah, that's why I've been gone. I've been spending like a lot of time outdoors, and it's one of my favorite places, outdoors in nature. Spend a lot of time under trees, listening to birds chirping. I love that. There's an element of almost like when I go out in nature and I'm by like the wild, the trees, running water, birds chirping. It's almost like you can quiet your mind and kind of give it like a factory reset, and just let everything kind of go out. So I've been great. Thank you, Lawman. What's up, Rizzard? Good to see you, my friend. It's been a long time. Metallic note, too close to blood. Yes, metallic, too close to blood. And there was that Byredo M Mink. It is metallic, and I struggle with that. And it reminds me of blood and mashed eggs that have been refrigerated. Oh, so gross. To me, it was like undoable. Big patchouli. Flower Girl B, good to see you. How have you been? Hello from chilly Melbourne. Oh, you guys are in winter, aren't you? What's up, Duncan? Good to see you. Duncan agrees about Platinum Egoist. Catherine is in Caron, Muguet de Bonheur. I've not tried that, but I do love a good Lily of the Valley. I love Lily of the Valley. I'm obsessed with it. I love just kind of the dryness and the pungency of it, the greenness. You have whiteness. You have like arid. Bosco's and YSL Jazz. It's been a long time since I used to have a bottle of Jazz and Live Jazz, and then I ended up selling them. They just weren't for me. What's up, Dave? Dave Callies, Adam D. Good seeing you here, buddy. Nothing comes close to Les exclusives except for Hermes. I agree. I sincerely agree. And I've been wearing Hermescence quite a bit lately. One day I wore Santal Masoya, and I love this. Absolutely love it. And I thought it was a synthetic sandalwood at one time. And the supplier that sends, the sandalwood over to Hermes had messaged me and said, no, it's real sandalwood because we supply it to them. So I love this. And I find this green and fresh. And this to me is the feeling, that freshness, that cool breeze, that airiness of sitting under a big tree that has a ton of foliage, a ton of leaves, and it just has that kind of nice, cool breeze, that shadiness, the aloofness. And this is gorgeous. It's got that nice green fig, slightly fruity, a little bit herbal, but just so like airy, light, classy. There's nothing cloying, nothing dense, nothing sweet. And I wore this, I think it was the day after. I don't know where my my cloths, my microfibers have gone, but that's Vetiver Tonka. I like this. I don't enjoy this as much as Santal, but this is still really good. Very dry, woody, slightly ambery, nutty vetiver. And it's got, nut. I think vetiver on itself is nutty, but this has got that hazelnut in there too. Almost like a coffee roasted hazelnut, quite dry. And it's got a little bit of a caramel accord to it. It is a little bit sweet and raspy. Really nice. Really good. I love the entire collection. The Jean-Claude Elena era of this collection. It truly is the greatest range, and I honestly love the DNA. Yeah, I agree. Like every single one up until a certain point. Like even blue. Like I don't enjoy wearing blue, but I love smelling it on. Like my supervisor wears it, my kids wear it. Smells great on them. In that moment when I pick it up, I'm like, oh, that's nice, right? But it's not something that I necessarily want to spend 8 hours with. The blues, but I love, I love the classic woman's 19 Cristal, Cocoa. I love Cocoa. Loved our reviews for the Cartier Ouds. Have you smelled any others recently? Oud and Oud is great. I love Oud and Oud. I love Oud and Santal is probably one of the nicest ones, but they're all really good. I haven't smelt the most recent ones. I know they're still launching a bunch of these, and I'm not familiar with them, but I don't think it's necessary to own all of these because there's a similar thread that runs through the entire range. They're good, but I feel like there's too much redundancy. And at the price point, they're very expensive and they're only getting higher and higher and higher. So pick your favorites. There's so many good ones. Dev, if I give you the link, I won't have a chance to say anything. So hold on tight, okay? Let me get out whatever I want to say, and then we'll let you on. All right, bud? What's up, Eugene? Sent today testing Rouge Oceana. I have not tried that. I've not tried that. But where's Galen? Is Galen here? I know Galen got Diaghilev recently, and I'd love for him to come on and tell us about it. Do you have Cristal Overt? Oh, yes, I do have Overt, and I enjoy it. I haven't spent a lot of time wearing it, but I really enjoy it. Let me find it. I think it might be over there. Actually, I don't need to find it, do I? Do you guys want to see it? Like, what's up, Dushan? We got 54 now. So like the stream. If you're here, you're enjoying yourself, like the stream. If you're watching, say hello. Let us know you're here on this Saturday evening. It's almost 6 o'clock in Toronto. So we'll be here for a bit. So Eric is a big Chanelade fan, so I think we're gonna be good here, Eric. And he's really loving number 18. It's just so different, fresh, and kind of dirty with the ambrette seed. I agree, but it's light and it's got that Chanel airiness. 10 hours begins now. Bella Speedo number 18, boy, are my favorites. It's difficult to pick faves. It's like whichever one I seem to be wearing at that time is my favorite, but I do love them all. And the only one I don't own is Gardenia yet. I've got enough samples to hold me over. I don't own Gardenia, and I know that the prices of these are insane. Let me just quickly look it up. Les Exclusive Gardenia 200 ml, 515 Canadian dollars plus 15% sales tax. What's up, Aaron? Good to see you, bro. And Galen's lurking, and Galen's always here. What's up, Kratos? Christian. Hello. What's up, peeps? Scent of the day, gym sweat. You know what I wore to the gym yesterday, or not yesterday? I did a poll on my Instagram, right? I did a poll asking what people preferred. I really need my cloth. So we've got Diaghilev and Chypre Palatin, and there was about 80 votes. There was 80 plus whatever came after I checked, and it was split down evenly, 40 votes each, so 50-50. And I was like, oh, damn, really? It was very interesting. So lots of fans of both, and I ended up wearing Chypre Palatin to the gym. 2 sprays of this is monstrous, and I just get so tired of smelling like dudes coming to the gym and wearing like polo red or whatever the fuck it is. They're smelling like sweet and goopy and cotton candy-ish. It's just everywhere, and I was like, all right, 2 can play that game. So we took this to the gym, enjoyed that immensely. Give me the right. I don't know if I can do it from here. Hang on a second. Give me a second. I can put you in the timeout, or I can ban you, Galen, but I cannot give you a wrench from here. So would you guys prefer Galen be put in the timeout and shut up for like a couple minutes, or we ban him forever? Moose. I went to bed really late. I did. I think it was like past 5:30 a.m. when I went to bed. But yeah, I'm here now. It's all that matters. What's up, Pat Lester? What's up? What's up? Is there any other streams going on? Let me see here. Got a sample. Christy, how's it going? Got a sample set from Born to Stand Out. Drunk Saffron is off. I love plum. Not a fan of cognac. In perfume, I don't mind the actual drink and saffron, but I don't like sweet, boozy perfumes. I don't like rum. I don't mind like tonic-y stuff. Gin. I don't mind gin and tonic because it's dry. But as soon as you start getting into the rums and the whiskeys, they just turn so syrupy and sweet and sugary. What's up, Boz? Happy to catch one of your live. I'm happy that you're here from Colombia. Awesome. Good to see you. I'm very well, Boz. How have you been? Spaced Out says, I got 10 mil of Muguet porcelains. They discontinued. I did not know they discontinued it. And I'll tell you this, it's one of my favorite Muguets at the moment. I love it. and it's perfect. And I don't know what. I'm sure they're discontinuing it in order for the new perfumer to release stuff to make space on the shelf. That's usually what happens. So I hope whatever it is that she's releasing or creating is better than Muguet porcelain, but damn, that hurts. That's a really good Muguet. And but sadly, like as much as I love it, I only find like 1 or 2 months of the season to wear it. And that's like early spring, like Muguet season. Dushan says, cheers, Eugene Djokovic wins tomorrow. I didn't know he's playing, but good luck. I wasn't aware. What's everybody wearing? I've got some things here. I wore this yesterday. I'm wearing a lot of things. Give me a second. Let me find a microfiber. Uno momento. Uno momento. Here we go. Okay. I don't want that one. Okay. Super King says, anyone tried wearing perfumes with clothes from the same brand? Like Polo? That would be quite doable. Or Nautica. What else? Dolce Gabbana. Christo used to say, like, if I could afford to wear your clothes, like Nautica, it means your perfumes are probably shit. And he had kind of a good point. Rich is in Santal Masoya today. Do you love it? I love everything about it, from the smell to the performance to how it plays out, the story. Thank you, Boz. It's almost as nice as yours. I must be no, we're here. We're always here. Heard they discontinued Cuir d'Ange. Is that true? That's a sin. That is a cardinal perfume sin. Eerie. One of the great leathers of all time. See, what are they replacing this stuff with? Is it just... What was the fig fragrance you just showed? Oh, was it Santal Masoya? Thanks for the super chat. Santal Masoya's got a big green, milky, lactonic fig in it. Slightly herbal, airy. I know Hermes lists like dry fruits in this perfume as a note, and I don't know if there's anything more than just fig. But when I hear dry fruits, I was like, Serge Lutens is the master of that dry fruit. And I always think like Arabi. Arabi is like, it is the dry fruit perfume. I'm surprised that Cuir d'Ange is going to be discontinued. That's mental. I would buy a 200 ml backup of that if that's true. Gillen's got Diaghilev and he's got Chypre Palatin. He's got both. Masterclass through Daniel. What's happening, brother? He is in Memo Winter Palace, not for any good reason, just sorting samples, decants, and trying to clear stuff out. Cool. Dushan comes in with the super chat. RSD. Long live Rich Mitch. Yes, absolutely. Long and prosperous life to Rich Mitch and everybody. And everybody. All Rich Mitches matter. The stream is like, yes, like the stream. Like the stream. Monetize the duck. Yes. Duck cannot get monetization for some reason, which is interesting. I don't know why. It might be because of the live streaming. It might be because of, but Joey Cannoli got monetized. I saw that. And if Joey Cannoli can get monetized, I think anybody can get monetized. Rich, let that motivate you. Talk to Joey. You should ask Joey what he did. And maybe you guys can figure it out. But it's weird that you can't get monetized. But if they want to support Rich's channel, they can always buy him a coffee. Or ice cream. I'm not sure if he drinks coffee, but I know he eats a lot of ice cream. So maybe the coffee money will be going to support his double scoop of peanut butter and whatever else. Coconut. I've been having like coconut ice cream recently. Yes, like the stream. I prefer Cristal Overt to Bella Respiro. Any reason why? I like Cristal Overt, but it's way fresher and way more citrusier, and I feel like it lacks sort of the depth that Bella Respiro has. But it is an excellent green, like freshy. What's up, Pages Styles? Good to see you here. Fosco and Shipra P all day. Should we do this? Should we have a vote here? Because we had that. It was a tie. The Instagram was a tie. 80 voters, 40 for Diaghilev, 40 for Shipra P. So can we do a poll? Fuck, I forgot how to do a poll. Sometimes I forget how to start up these live streams. Give me a second. I'm going to put up the poll. I might have to go on to actual YouTube to do this. Okay. Uno momento. Okay. Oi. Add reaction, show support, engage with your audience, start a poll. All right, here we go. Rouge, Diaghilev, MPCI. Okay, there's the poll. Dushan, who do you got here? Shipra Palatine and Diaghilev. Christie's got Diaghilev. I caught one guy wearing a 1 million. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Not a good move. Thoughts on Cologne? I don't know Cologne Royale too. I don't own Cologne Royale. Is that the recent Dior release, Francis Kudjan, or is that one of the earlier ones? I can never remember. Alan, you're just gonna have to go to the gym and figure it out yourself. What's up, Prof. Melvin? Good to see you here. Christy says cognac is fairly sweet. Okay, so I'm gonna Euros here. This morning I wore Monsieur and just now sprayed some chipmunk. It's been a long time since I've worn Monsieur, but I did wear. Okay, I wore this last night when I came home. I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I sprayed this. And I thought, okay, as much as this gets like trashed, I would much prefer to wear it to something like this, which is very popular and bold and big and sweet. And, you know, it's just kind of like here, this. Okay. So I would much rather wear something like Uncut Gem to this. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with either fragrance. They're both, you know, doing their thing, but I just more into the green fragrances. I prefer the green over sugary. And I know this gets a lot of love. Apparently, somebody sent me a screenshot of a person trying to get scammed using my picture of this, and they were trying to sell a person a bottle of Ombre Nomad, and they're like, send the picture. And he sent a picture of me holding a bottle of this from one of my YouTube videos. And I thought that was interesting and a really bad attempt at trying to scam somebody. Super King says, I was talking about Celine with Celine. Has anyone tried the thamines that are under Christopher Chong yet? I know he's done a rose and it's been out for a while. I can pull off Chanel perfumes, but I can't pull off Chanel clothing. Even Dior Homme Silver Stem, that's a Chanel perfume. You know that, right, Eric? It was created by a Chanel perfumer, and it very much fits the Chanel aesthetic. Hey, Michelle. The Udo Pantograph is here. How you doing? Space House says, I've been wearing Coromandel for the whole last week. A full week is a long time to be wearing one perfume. I'm not saying I've never done it, but it doesn't happen very often. Actually, I went away. I went to the lake, and I only took 2 perfumes with me, and they were number 19 EDT and Bois de Zil. And yeah, I mean, it's totally doable. It's very perfectly doable, but you really got to love the fragrance. I think I once wore, it was Christo had a challenge to wear shit perfume for an entire week, and I ended up going with Nautica Voyage, and it was hard. That was tough. If price is a consideration, I'd go Chypre Palatin every day. No, MDCIs are now 75 ml. When they first launched, they came out in 60 ml bottles. I'm pretty sure they're 100, and 75. And Rich's bottle is 100 ml because he's got the special one. Where do I put my bottle? I just had it here, right? Yeah, 75 ml. CP is stunning, but Diaghilev does it for me. They're both gorgeous. You can't go wrong with either, but I think there's also space for both in a collection. Let's see what this... So we got Diaghilev 63% and Chypre Palatin 37. 27 votes. I'm sure you guys can all see that. Any thoughts on the new Frederick? Yeah, I saw Rich's review today. Rich Mitch has a review. Go check it out. There's another review on YouTube of it. It's Jean-Claude Elena, Frederick Mall, Iris. The floral accord kind of concerns me. The metallic, there's some musk in there. I'm hoping it's not going to be too like air freshener sort thing, because somebody did compare it to Iris Yukoi, which I can't wear either, and that concerns me. But then I've heard also that it's got like parts of Cuir d'Ange in there, which excites me. So it's like an Iris perfume that resembles Cuir d'Ange. That's interesting. But apparently it has like Jean-Claude Elena's airiness, and it's got his signature touch to it, which is again exciting because I'm a big fan. You know, we just finished talking about the Hermesons. Yeah, they are very different. I was kind of like really surprised when I heard this comparison, because I talked about Diaghilev in the video, and somebody came in the comments and says, "Yeah, Diaghilev's great, but Chypre Paletin is way better." And I was like, "Okay, this is interesting. Why would they make this comparison?" I guess because they're both Chypres, right? But they're very different, very completely different. Hey, what's happening, Danielle? Here's the guy that won the La Douleur Exquise giveaway. Yes, good to see you. Good for you. Congratulations. Alan Hansen says, "Hey, where else in the internet but here would I announce that Wes and I are eloping to Leeds, UK in a few months to get married?" Well, congratulations. There you go. That is wonderful news, Alan Hansen and Wes. Congratulations to both of you guys. Where else? That's cool. Any ideas for fragrances to get married in? I wore Une Rose from Frederick Mall. That was my wedding day scent. Une Rose. Congratulations. Well, what did you all wear for a wedding day scent? Or divorce scent? Like, what did you celebrate your divorce with? Some people have divorce parties. I have both, but I like Chypre Paletin slightly more. To me, it just seems not as dry as Diaghilev, if that makes sense. Yeah, Chypre Paletin is a big, wet, juicy fragrance, isn't it? It's got that huge tangerine in the top. Germ saying, "Congrats, Alan Hansen, the man of the hour." Did you get down on one knee, Alan? Or did Wes get down? There's the man. What's happening, Joey? Good to see you, bro. Congrats on monetization. Good for you, man. All that hard work paid off. I don't wear Ombre Nomad often, but it is a good like mainstream rose oud. Very loud, very aggressive, kind of obnoxious, sweet, smoky. I think it's well made. Although I don't think it's like a high quality natural oud. It's also not attempting to be. Norwin wearing Boss the original. Just can't get enough of this. Good stuff. Duncan wore Terre de Hermes. Interesting. If you were to get married today, Dunk, would you still wear Terre de Hermes, or would you go through with the wedding? What would you do? I don't think I would wear Une Rose if I were to get married today. Chypre Paletin is more vanilla and has that. To me, they're very, very different. Very. Very different perfumes. I would wear Royal Oud for my wedding. There you go. Alan says, after being together for over a dozen years, no proposal, just an honest and heartfelt conversation. And that's all it takes. That's all it takes when you know each other, for so long. Like, I've been married twice. I never wanted to get married either time. It was just like you just kind of get into this relationship and things kind of unfold. Actually, the first time I think I did more so. And then the second time it's like I didn't want to get married. And it just happens. It just kind of works out that way. You have kids and you want to lead by example and show, and I don't know. The fuck I know, man. Yeah, but I was never really big on marriage. Like, I'm okay. I was okay just like living with somebody. I didn't need paperwork, but that was just me. They felt very differently and wanted to get married and wanted to set an example and all that, fun stuff. And I was just like, oh my God, the planning and all this. Like, it's just, for me, it was a nightmare, like the planning and shit. Daniel says, yes, thanks. I love all three of your perfumes. They were totally different, yet so clearly part of the same arc. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you enjoyed them. Sheep Palatine is too sweet. Well, there's got to be a little bit of sweetness in perfumes. Dryness is nice, right? I like dry, but sweet. You need a little bit of sweetness to offset that dry. And that's what gives, the contrast to that is where the beauty comes. Alan says, don't send any gifts, just perfume. Well, what about Wes? Does Wes feel the same way? Maybe Wes wants money. Let us know where to send you something. Spaced out voted for 31 Rue Cambone. If I was getting married today, which I'm not, I would wear probably Mitsuko or number 19. Depends on what the season was. Doug says today he'd wear Heritage. That's a good choice. Germ says I'd honestly wear La Doulette skis for my wedding. Dude, like, thank you, but I don't know if it'd be like a proper pick considering it's inspired by heartbreak and pain and suffering. And oh man, I would wish you the best of luck, but it might be bad luck. It might be bad luck. So you guys are saying spaced out, and you're saying you vote 31 Rue Cambone over Diaghilev and Sheeper Palatine, huh? Were you and Antoine talking about a Canadian model for Les Abs, or was I dreaming? I don't recall. Nothing rings a bell. Sentiment, what's happening? Where can I vote for Mitsuko? Mitsuko don't need a vote because we know it's the greatest of all time. There's no, we don't need that argument. We don't need the debate. It's just known what's happening. Joe, Nahima would be great. Yes, I love Nahima. And I've got MDCI. First wearing of LDE was to an Orthodox Jewish wedding. Okay, interesting. I know Rudy wore it to a wedding once as well. Damn, people wearing LDE to a wedding. You guys are just asking for disaster, asking for heartache. I got 70. Lick the stream. Lick the stream. If you're licking the stream, lick the stream. 42 licks. Come on, lick the stream. Lick the stream, and I'll drop the link, and we'll spice it up a little bit. Okay, if somebody wants to come on, here is the link for as long as we're here. From now until then, we'll be here. And I'm not sure how long that will be. Rochas Femme, yeah, it's a beauty. But it's like the thing with Rochas Femme, that is like the modern, it doesn't compare or hold up to either Diageo or Chypre Palatin. Well, that didn't take long. That didn't take long. We've got Dev.
Ready.
What's up? To be fair, sorry, Sentiment says, to be fair, Diaghilev edges it out a bit for me, even though Roja prices are outrageous. Yeah, if I had to choose one, I think I would lean slightly to Roja, but I would not ever want to be without Chypre Palatin. So I choose both. I choose both. Dev, what's happening? How have you been?
I've been great. Recently, I've been to a dive trip in Cyprus, which was really cool. I dove a huge wreck, and I saw.
All right, before you get into that, can you stand up and show us your t-shirt and maybe give us a twirl?
I mean,
give us
sure,
your outfit of the day, rise and shine.
Is the stuff people want to watch, but if you insist, that was the outfit for tonight. Back to the awesome trip I had. I dove a huge wreck, and there was a moment that I still remember where the dive guy just kind of dove deeper into in the area where there were a lot of trucks. This ship was so huge it carried trucks in it. So he just kind of pulled out a chunk of beef bone, and this isn't a phrase or something. He pulled out a bone of a dead cow. The cow didn't die underwater, thank God. It just kind of struck me as weird that there would be something of a land animal underwater. So that just kind of stuck with me.
Well, how did the cow get there? I'm sure it didn't wander into like the pastures of the ocean.
First of all,
it was probably dropped off there.
No, first of all, it got killed for its meat, and then the truck carrying the meat got on the ship, and then the ship sunk.
Where was this, Dev? Where did you go?
I was in Cyprus. It's in a certain village called Oroklini. It's it's like, you know, the town village itself isn't that well known other than.
And what were you doing there? Vacation?
I was there primarily to dive. This was a dive trip first and foremost. So yeah, it was there was a bit of wreck diving. A lot of it was just seeing just the wonders of the nature underwater, and all these fish just swimming close to you, like this close to you, and you're just in awe, and you have this feeling of, it's not insignificant because that has a negative connotation to it. You feel smaller. It just kind of brings you into this state of mind where you realize that there's so much more to life than what you experience, and that's sort of beautiful, I think.
Any sharks?
No sharks, though.
Any danger? Stingrays?
Sharks.
Any crabs?
If you got bitten by a shark, you did something pretty stupid.
Yeah. What was the most exciting thing that happened?
The beef bone story is up there, but other than that, it's just the huge ship as a whole. It's just it felt like you know that painting Wanderer above a sea of something, like in front of the, it's the picture, it's the painting of a guy standing
Yeah,
in
just watching out overseas.
over a stormy sea. Yeah, I just felt like the guy in the painting. It was just it was incredible, honestly.
And what were you thinking about?
Uh,
What were you
not
contemplating?
not
Because the
much.
man is in like a contemplation, just staring out over water.
Yeah, it's just it was just like a silent wow. Yeah, it was incredible.
How long were you gone for?
How long?
Um,
If the total dive time, I'd say, is around like 6 to 8 hours of dive time the whole trip.
Boz wants to know if you're tripping now.
Oh, for sure, bro. I'm not even here. I'm not even here, my guy.
If you're not here, who are we listening to?
This is my twin brother right now. Say hello. No, yeah, but what I wore for the trip was
Yo, what's up, Interference? Good to see you.
Was 2 cents. One of them was Eau du Guerlain, which I really have been enjoying as of late. And the other one...
How much can you enjoy that, though? Like, can you enjoy that for a full day?
Well, obviously not, but it's a summer. You don't need to have it linger on for a few days. I just sprayed it on after the dives, and it stuck around with me. And if it faded, it faded. I didn't really notice it, and I didn't really mind it fading away. It's just Eau du Guerlain did Eau du Guerlain things, and that's all I can say. The other scent that I had was the 64 version of Monsieur Balmain, which I also really enjoy. Really, really lemony. But it is also a very, very pleasant summer scent. Yes, that Monsieur Balmain. Great.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
What else? Any new discoveries?
Well, I'll just show this to your audience. It's just I did say it was a purchase, but it wasn't really a purchase as much as it was a problem. Not a bad problem, but it certainly was an unexpected occurrence when I got a second bottle of Samsara, which I didn't want the second one. You see, the first one was purchased around March as a birthday present for myself. However, that package was lost. And so Rouge agreed to send me another one in an attempt to, get me the one bottle of Samsara.
How common is it for stuff to get lost in Israel? Sorry to cut you off.
The incompetent doesn't begin to describe the Israeli post service. It's infuriating, honestly. However, fast forward to around mid-June, and the second bottle just shows up. It comes in unannounced saying, "Hi, did you order a bottle of Samsara?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I already got you. What's the story here?" However, I did want to see if Rouge wants me to send it back to him. And while at first he said, "Yeah, sure, I'll send you a prepaid shipping label," he then said, "It's too much of a hassle, just keep the other one." And who am I to refuse another bottle of Samsara unasked for? I'm not the guy. I like Samsara. Now I have 2 Samsara, I have another life cycle.
Hold on to those Samsaras because they're rare and they're hard to come by. But let me add a friend of the channel to the stream. Everybody welcome the one and only on average Joe Anthony. Look at this guy. I love the floral pattern there, bro.
Thank you. Summertime,
unbuttoned too. It's just you got that sexy look going on.
I'm trying. I just came back from the boardwalk, the beach, so I figured I saw you live. I was like, And then when the second you said drop the link, I said, okay, I'm dropping what I'm doing.
It's
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's good to see you. How's
Great
everything?
to see. Everything is good. And I mean, it's been a minute since I've had a chance to talk fragrances. I was like, yeah, no, I got a few minutes finally, stepped away from Diptyque for a minute because I'm recovering from the shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
And
you still working with Diptyque?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm just on leave until next week. I've been on a 5-week leave.
All right. 5 weeks is a long time. Everything okay?
Mm-hmm. It was from the car accident last year, so I had to finally have the surgery. So my same shoulder, same procedure, same everything. But yeah, great to see interference. Not in the know. A few other friends definitely. But
do you know Dev? Have you guys met? Dev, have you met on Average Joe?
I think like
a while ago.
It was like way back. I think I was on my
so you have
stream.
Yeah.
And I just kind of said a few things and he acknowledged me and that was that.
Yeah, I tend to bounce around. So I'm sure there was
these streams happen so fast and there's a lot going on and sometimes you miss acknowledging somebody and it's never really on purpose. It's just like you're trying to keep up and when you miss a comment or miss a person, it's like you try to fit everybody in, but it's just
exactly.
Yeah, the world is huge, so it's nothing personal.
What's up, Boost?
Okay. Great.
Boost in a while. But I haven't streamed in a long while either, or made any sort of content.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was like, let me catch him now. It's been
how have you been? How's stream? I haven't even watched much content either. How's everything? How are the live streams? How is Fragcom?
The Fragcom is still crazy as always. It yearns for the
everybody say hello to Yara.
Hi, Yara.
Big
and Hills if you're nearby. So everything is still crazy on that end, but I've actually been away minus these last couple of weeks with me being back into the fray of everything, but I was away. I mean, Diptyque had me busy, so I haven't been able to keep up until these last couple of weeks, and then it's like, oh yeah, everything's still the same. Never mind.
What was the last big release from Diptyque?
Yes. Orpheon was the last well-known, well-received that I've actually sold bottles of. They released Low Papier.
How's that doing?
It's pretty good. It's a nice little musky irisy fragrance.
Is it dry?
It's a little bit on the powdery side. Yeah, almost rice paper type of texture. Yeah. It's an interesting scent. You're not going to wear it for its performance per se. You're going to wear it just because of the layers and just, just appreciate it for the lightness. Not that you're going to get this powerhouse of a fragrance or something that's a compliment magnet. It's just you're going to wear it, be calm, and there's blonde woods and just have a nice time with it. They re-release Ilio again every summer, so that's another one.
I don't know that one.
That's a citrusy, a citrus pear musk fragrance. It just your standard summer release that they try to release every year with a different label on it. But it's good, but not my favorite at all. Orpheon to me, that and Eau Dwell, Eau de Parfum, Eau Reala, and Oud Palau. Those are my four.
Oud Palau is a big, bold perfume. But let's say from their last 3, 4, or 5 releases, which one really has stood out in terms of sales? Is anything?
So through me, for sure, it's absolutely been Orpheon. And then it's actually, for some reason, Eau Rose still does it for the women. I move bottles of Eau Rose almost as much as people move Baccarat. Maison Francis moves almost as much as I move
clean rose.
Yeah, clean,
Like a
sweet. It has lychee, so it
picture
makes it
perfect rose sort of thing, spring May rose.
exactly. A little musk. There's some musk tones to it. Nothing dirty about it though. It's just very like fruity. Like you're in a field of roses and strawberries. That's basically, even though it's lychee fruit, but you're in a field
Right.
of
Yeah.
strawberries and roses.
It's a
So
synthetic, so you can perceive it any way you want, right?
exactly. But
You
nah,
pick the
it's
fruit, but they put lychee in the mind.
mm-hmm. Exactly. So you could, oh, it's exotic, you know. Oh, okay, yeah. Uh, I'm not gonna smell like anyone else. No, you won't. Here you go.
There you
Thank you.
go.
Have a
You
nice
just, yeah, I
day.
agree with everything, right?
Yep. It's crazy how that is these days.
Nice.
Yeah. Just in general, like how fragrances have translated now to everybody wanting to purchase them more, you know, because at first when especially you and I started, a few of us, it was like just a smaller thing, like, oh, you have more than one bottle of fragrance, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And now
What do you
people
mean?
every week are like buying and are like, oh, I want to feel like this, and almost kind of like how you really discuss on your I want to have a fragrance that lets me see the color of this, and I'm like,
The colors, the
okay,
feelings, the
e-
textures, the contrast.
exactly.
That's the
I'm like,
beauty of it. Like to me, it's always been about like dissecting and discovering and learning and buying was addictive for me. I went through that phase. I went through a very heavy phase of it, so I know what that's like. And it's fun and it's
mm,
exciting and it's like just so much to discover, so much to explore. Like the perfume world it's immense. It's almost like music. You have so much selection and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
absolutely, absolutely,
Just so much choice.
so much, so many options. So, and I'm just fortunate. I not only just sell Diptyque, I'm able to sell all the brands there in the store. But so it's almost like my own playground. I'm like, okay, thank God you came to me. I could guide you in the right direction.
Right.
Not
So
just
you
point
sell
you out.
things other than Diptyque. What else? Like, is there anything specific that you sell more out of or
Well,
things that
Baccarat.
people ask about? Yeah, Baccarat. It always goes back to Baccarat, eh?
Everyone wants Baccarat. It's on TikTok. I want Baccarat, so I'm able to sell the Maison Francis a lot. I've actually moved a lot of memo. I've made our memo cart just not amongst all memo distributors in the US. It is the number one memo cart in the US. So that is quite an impressive feet, and MFK is actually the number one MFK amongst all retailers and boutiques
At your store.
in my own location. So Diptyque doing good, but the problem with Diptyque, not that many people still know. There's in the middle of expansions, you know, and trying to reach the smaller communities. They were always in the big cities. Now they're trying to get more into the suburbs, but um definitely Memo, Maison Francis, and Le Labo kind of almost sells itself. I have a work wife there, so like I like to help her. So this way,
Man, what was the last
everything.
Labo launched? It was not
Oof,
good. It was Tay
it,
Matcha, wasn't it?
the matcha, yeah. The
It was
matcha,
not a good fragrance. And I have it, and it's just
yeah,
like it's just nothing, there's just nothing to it.
yeah. It
It's
it
just
didn't
like
woo me.
the typical Le Labo construction. It's just like so boring.
Most of their fragrances, I'm not gonna don't do it. Tay Noir 29. So for some reason that just works well. The tea and the musk and the
I can't
vetiver
wear
and
that
the
either. But I've smelled it on someone. And it's like, oh, it smells great. But I put it on. It's like I
yeah,
want to scratch my eyeballs out.
yeah,
That's how
yeah.
I feel.
That one's everyone asks for Santal though, because I'm in New York too, so it's like the signature. That and Baccarat are the
I
two
think
cents of New York.
personally, I think Santal is brilliant, but I cannot wear it.
Exactly. It
It's like
can't
I
wear
want
it.
to scratch my eyes out. I want to, I don't know, shove my fists up my nose and pull my lungs out or whatever. It's just, I cannot
Exactly.
wear it. It's
I
so
the whole.
aggressive.
Oh, sorry.
It's so strong. It's literally like getting punched in the nose.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to say that Lalo as a whole just kind of feels, to me at least, too kind of hip. It is I know saying hip automatically kind of makes me like not hip, but still.
I don't even mind that hipness or the bottles or the labels or filling the bottles in the store. It's the aesthetic of the perfume that bothers me the
I was
most.
talking about myself, just like it's so kind of trendy in a way, and it doesn't suit my my sense style, as it were. It's just when I want to smell like something, I want it to be more ballroomy, if that makes any sense. Like if that doesn't,
like Iris Poudre, like Frederic Mall's Iris Poudre, that to me is the best ballroom perfume.
It's not.
It's so classy and elegant, but it's also huge. But it's also wearable. I can wear it. There are perfumes that are big and bold, and they have that really large construction. But like,
I like a lot of
Santal to me is just, there is beauty. I see a lot of beauty in Santal, but it's like a work of art that I don't necessarily want to wear.
Exactly.
You know?
Modern art.
And I'll tell you, there are so many nuances and the complexities in Santal. You can look at it almost like an emerald, and there's just so many different reflections to it. But when you put it all together, it's like, oh.
And I spray it like 14 times a day, at least, to 14 different. Oh, can I try Santal? Okay, come on, let's go.
Yeah,
between that and Baccarat.
I love the figginess of it. It's got that herbal fig, almost like this. That's kind of a quality that Santal has. But Santal Massoya from Hermes also has that green herbal figginess. ACP is asking, what are your top 3 all-time favorites, Eugene? The guys in the chat that know me, maybe they'll type it out for you. But I don't know if I have like 3 definitive. There's many that I talk about all the time. Baccarat reaches Ohio. I can wear this. Another 13 is amazing.
Is good.
Hey Juju, what's happening? Good to see you.
Juju.
Everybody say hi to Juju.
Hi. You know, Eugene, I just noticed I have a very peculiar decant in my collection that I got, I think, from the Lost Samsara bottle. And it's Balenciaga Perfume, and I have never smelled this. Should I do a first impression of it now?
I think you absolutely should.
I have to do it now. So let's see what Balenciaga Perfume has to offer for us. Oh, big sprayer! Rouge always has big sprayers on his on his decants. Let's see. This is certainly masculine. Oh, people say something about oud, and it I wouldn't say that it's a designer oud. I would say even that it has that bit of fecalness in a way. It's not like out and out, you're out in the forest and you walk on droppings. It's more like unwiped bottom, perhaps. But other than that, it's a very... It feels like it's not bound per se, but it has a very clear boundary to me. Like it's not ethereal, it's not expanding. It feels very... it has a shape to it. Like you can almost trace a border around it, which is very nice. Serious. It's a very serious perfume, I think. There's not much sweetness going on here.
It's very round and soapy, I find it. To me, it's an ambergris fragrance.
I have Ambre Supreme, and it doesn't... I can't exactly connect a line between them. There isn't that kind of salty and yet honey-like thing, which I kind of look for. in an ambergris, but maybe even a bit of this kind of cold tea leaf thing to it, like this sort of brewed nuance, which is really not something I've smelled in a lot of masculine perfume. Like when I say masculine, I mean more kind of what is more conventional for men. Let's say, from like early 90s to late 2000s, to where this feels a little out of left field to me. Now, granted, I'm not very knowledgeable, and I haven't smelled too many, of the historical masculine perfumes. But having smelled this now, it's not that much of a favorite that I'd say like I'm not going to rave about it as much as someone like Rich Mitch would. But I from these few minutes which I've spent with Balenciaga Perfume, I do respect it. It's it carries itself in a not too loud and 80s way, because this is early 90s. I if I recall correctly. But in terms of a structure and its character, this feels more like a 60s. Like, this is like a distant relative of Equipage, if anything. Not in its smell, exactly, but in its... Yeah, in its character is a good way to say it. Yeah, these are my first impressions of Balenciaga Pro.
Super soapy. It almost smells like feet. But Yara's asking, do y'all have fragrances you own that you only love to smell rather than wear on your body? And I'm sure we all have this, things that we but not wearing. And Mike says, I feel like Edward munches the scream with Santal. And I agree. Santal 33 is like a pickled flexitarian. Flower Bee Girl saying, where do you work, Joe? Thanks for the sales insight. It is really interesting. You want to shout that out, Joe?
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know, I work for Diptyque, but I work in Bloomingdale's in New York, Roosevelt Field Mall specifically. And if you're in the US, I'm able to assist you anyways, even if you're not living in New York. If there's anything that you ever want to get a hold of or sample, I can send them via US only, unfortunately, but I can cover grounds that way. So and it's literally anything within Bloomingdale's also. So if you wanted they carry Killian, Bulgari, Gem Collection. They have Memo, Maison Francis, Le Labo, Parfum de Marly, Amouage, Diptyque, of course.
Frederick Mull?
I don't think we have Frederick Mull anymore. I think they lost the access and it's gone over to Saks.
They're branched out in as many stores as possible here in Toronto. Like when I first got into perfume, they're only available in one department store, and now they're scattered everywhere. Like I got them 5 minutes away from my house. But do you guys carry Chanel as exclusive?
They got rid of that from the pandemic. I am so upset. Like our store especially got rid of it. We have the Gucci private collection, the Gucci
Alchemist
Garden. Yeah, we have that one. We don't have Dior Privé. I'm personally like trying to talk to as many people as I can to get some of this back, but I only have so much influence, especially because this is my first year. They're like, yeah, kid, whatever. But it's worked so far. Again, like the brands that have let me kind of give them suggestions and everything, they've added a few pieces to the collection that they didn't have, like to their inventory. And their sales have taken off. But the Tom Ford, of course, Creed, Bond, Maison Zir. is another brand that is.
How are the Creeds selling like around this time?
Creed is okay.
Are people
Honestly,
still paying
Maison
retail?
Francis. Yeah. You'll catch a few every now and then that want it just because they're paying for the name and in the moment, or they want to say, hey baby, I spent $1,000 on this. And it's like, oh my gosh, thank you, but it's just Creed. Maison Francis is definitely the brand everyone is going to, so much so that literally everyone in the store kind of gets a piece of it, even if they don't work for Maison Francis. But it is what it is. But there's potentially maybe a few other brands looking to be added. But so
Catherine says she met her husband at Bloomingdale's. Joe.
Wow. Hey, well, there you go.
You never know.
There's hope for me yet. There's a few women there that I wouldn't mind.
Do you meet like people working there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you do, but are you able? Are you in a relationship? I don't know if I should.
I'm not. I'm single now.
Do you meet like? Does it help you working in Bloomingdale's, like meeting people, like socially?
I know a lot of people for sure. Like I said, I have a work wife now that is in Le Labo. So she's always like giving me samples and we're helping each other and everything like that. But in general, like I'm just known anyways because they're like, oh, you're the YouTuber. Oh, you're the one who knows everything. Okay, please, can you like? They even start having me. They're like, can you like explain to me why this is so popular and why this is this? And it's their own brand. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no problem. I mean, everybody could learn something from somebody at the end of the day. So.
Do you find most sales reps that are employed by, let's say, Bloomingdale's or other department stores actually give a shit about learning the fragrances and the stories, the inspirations, the notes behind the brands that they work for?
I don't know if it's that deep the way I do, the way a few others that
You
I've
either
come
love
to
it or you don't, right?
Right. You either love it or you don't, and then how deep do you love it, or how much is your experience with it? I'd say I'm one of the few. So there's definitely a little niche. Like I'm almost a consultant within the whole thing. Like it's like, wait a minute, I need a fragrance person. I'm in over my head. Joe, come here, like to close the sale for them. I'm like, hey, what do you need? Ba 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 da da da, and they're satisfied after because with our demographic, because we're more in the suburbs, like I said. I'm in Roosevelt Field Mall, Long Island by JFK Airport. So a lot of those are tourists who are coming from a layover or people who are getting ready to fly out, or their actual residents. Or their resident. Long Island recently has become everyone who's left Wall Street to go like be in a quieter place and not be in the city anymore. It's Long Island, it's by the Hamptons beach, so that's where they want to be. So they just kind of want you to convince them why they should be buying this fragrance and why does it cost X amount of money.
Where's cooler, Long Island or Manhattan?
Oh, see, it's two totally different tones. Like, in my opinion, the women are better looking in Long Island, but that's because, of course, when you're in a bikini, everybody looks better in a bikini, but in a tan, but by the water. But Manhattan just has the fashion, the aesthetics, just
the culture,
and the trends. Yeah, the culture and the trends.
Good. The big city.
Yeah, but
Eric
it's just faster.
I need a refill of Benjoin Bohème. Do you carry those exclusives at Bloomingdale's?
We cannot carry Benjoin Bohème, and I'm trying right now to even get Oud Palau. I am actually trying. Like it's there for us to have, but
why don't they carry Oud Palau? Because that's like in the mainstream line.
Because essentially they don't know if it will sell. They need to know that it will sell for them to buy stock of, inventory of.
So you're telling us that Oud Palau is not a good seller, basically.
Well, it's not a good seller because it can't be sold. Not that it's almost like
What do you mean
they
it
haven't
can't
given
be
them.
sold?
They haven't given themselves the chance to sell it. Like they just like, oh, oud. Wow.
So why did they decide not to carry it? Like, where
I
did that
get.
idea come from?
I guess just because like certain retailers will end up only getting like, okay, pick like X amount of fragrances from our catalog to when you have like an array of fragrances to choose from, some of them choose to purchase the whole lot, like give me everything you have and we'll sell it as a retailer. And some will just say, okay, well, we'll stick to, the ones that we know. And of course, Velocicos has been around since 96, Rose 2013. There's Olean that's been around for ages, and all these other just like tried and true fragrances that have been around. That's like, and then of course they want any new release because it's new, but
they used to have a really good geranium perfume. Geranium
yes.
Orodata.
We just got that back, and that's because people started asking for it.
I've always wanted that. But Yara was asking earlier, are there any good fragrances that you enjoy but don't like on your skin? And I think this is for me, Oud Palau.
Oud Palau.
Like, great fragrance, but again, it's like, it's so explosive and
heavy,
aggressive, and it's so much, it's way too much.
For me, this Lapidus.
Oh,
Lapidus.
This is one of those. I can wear this once a year, and it's just like
as much as I enjoy Lapidus, when it's on me, I'm getting queasy.
Oh.
I'm looking for the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? It's got class.
Oh, what's this? Nick N saying, I'm seeing Alberto Morias at Alchemist Garden event at the end of the month. Looking forward to him discussing Hortus. Dude, I would love to hear some feedback in what he was thinking when he created Hortus Sanitatis, because I love Hortus Sanitatis. I love wearing it.
One.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. Is that available now, or is that still like an online Gucci exclusive?
I think that's an online one.
Yeah, that when I picked it up, it was a Gucci exclusive, and I blind bought it, and I loved it like from the first moment. And I've never seen it in the stores, but I love that. And there's Hortus Sanitatis. Yeah, Nick, let us know what he says. Sorry, I cut you off there, Joe. You were showing something. You were holding something.
Yeah, no. Olen. I like it, but
that's a white floral, isn't it?
No, this is the cinnamon. This is like the cinnamon, almost like a holiday candle, potpourri even. Like, I like it, but I don't like it on me.
Candle, so.
Yeah, exactly. This is supposed to, I think, pair with their pomerade or I forgot how you properly pronounce it, but
so Michelle's asking, are you at the Bloomingdale's in Midtown?
No city. I am in the suburbs. I am Long Island, Roosevelt Field Mall. It's one of the largest malls in the US, but it's in the suburbs. It's not anything to do with the city at all. But
Eugene used to put in 40 hours a week at the Guerlain boutique. Dude, I was there so often. It's probably the reason they closed down, because I kept bitching about the perfumes. I think Wasser was kind of embarrassed to show up at the Guerlain boutique after a while. All their perfumes did get soft. They got much softer after that boutique closed down. They're not nearly what they used to be.
Actually, when I was in that Cyprus trip, I went to the duty-free store, as one does when he likes perfume. And I just kind of looked at what they had. So then I smelled Cocoa, the modern formulation, of course, and also the modern Mitsuko, which I have not smelled until that moment. First of all, I did not know that it was that close to the vintage. From what I remember, it's like 95%. if my next purchase wasn't going to be a Solomon Pasha, it was going to be the modern Mitsuko, because it's just that good. However, Coco is also great, and what I did notice is that it is not very similar, but it's similar to Teatro alla Scala, if you know that one by Crizia, I think. It has this kind of maybe not jammy, but it's this kind of suspended liquid, like it's a halfway point between viscous and runny. It's the best way I can describe it. And it's just very comforting to me. It's this very dark, well, yeah, it's this very dark, calm, steady perfume. It's just even with how kind of dense and sweet as it is, I could fall asleep wearing that. It's just so relaxing. Coco and Teatro alla Scala, they're both just incredible.
I've not smelled Teatro alla Scala, but Fosco is saying Eau de Menthe is very fresh or very nice, and I agree. I was really let down when I smelt this, because I know Diptyque is known for creating creative fragrances, and when I smelt this, I was just like, oh, it's nice, but it doesn't really feel like a Diptyque. But it took me a little bit of time to actually appreciate this, and now I do. I like this a lot now. It's not. I was looking for something more deeper, darker, something complex. And this is really simple, and it's very easy to like. And I think that was my problem with it. It was just like too easy. But after getting to know it, it's just really nice. A very nice sort of like barbershop vibe to it, clean, fresh, relaxing. You can wear this anywhere. I like to wear this in the evening after a long day. It's a little bit meditative, I find. It's just kind of like calming.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it is calming. The mint is done well with the peppercorn, and that actually became one of my better sellers for like I started to actually push that during the springtime. I sold a bottle to Dave Callie in Callie's Groom Room.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
So because I put him onto that, and then when I started showing other guys, I would look at, they'd ask me, and I kind of ask people questions, because that's how I'm going to know what they like. And so anyone that I saw that was into shaving or anything, I was like, here, let me show you this. And they were like, wow, this is good. And I'm like, but like you said, it's something simple. It's not overly complex, but there are layers to it for sure.
Yeah. Sometimes there is beauty in simplicity, and this is one of those things. I mean, it's not going to knock anybody's socks off, right? But it's just like something that you can wear day in and day out.
Absolutely.
And Fosco, yeah, I agree. It's got it has a fantastic shaving foam dry down. All right.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I actually did get a decant of Le Troisième Homme.
Nice.
When you told me
that I should no, that's the third the Caron.
Yes.
Third man.
Yes, I did get it, and it is as good as you were kind of telling it to be. It really is like a Pour un homme de Caron flanker, because like you can really feel like the resemblance.
I don't get any comparison.
I
don't put on home and third man.
I get like it, like it's definitely got the barbershop-y thing to it. But to me, there is this kind of chocolate like hair thing, which I get both with Pour un homme de Caron and with Le Troisième Homme, which when I smelled Le Troisième Homme, I was like, that there it is. I can totally see what people are saying with it's similar, but it's not the same absolutely not. It does differ in that Le Troisième Homme does have that, the barbershop thing at the top, which I really do enjoy. Both Pour un homme du Caron and
Put on Home is gorgeous, but it's very simple when you compare it to Third Man. Third Man is so deep and complex next to it.
yeah, I don't know. To me, they're both good. I honestly place them in on the same podium spot. To me, they're both equally good in their own ways. Even considering that Le Troisième Homme is, to me, like Pour un homme with the something. They're both still like equal and equally large loves for me, at least.
Yeah. All right. Just looking at the poll here, we're at. All right. So it's closed up. We're at Diaghilev 53% and Chypre Palatin 47%. 78 votes. If you haven't voted yet, pick between Rouge, Diaghilev, and I don't know why these two are getting compared, but they are on this channel. They're oftentimes getting compared, and people want to know. So
I've smelled neither, honestly.
79 votes. Rouge, Diaghilev 53%, Chypre Palatin 47%, and you're not going to get any tighter than that. I mean, that's almost evenly split, right? Which is pretty cool. Are you familiar with these, Joe? Diaghilev?
I'm more familiar with Chypre Palatin. I haven't really gotten a chance to dive too much into Rouges. Like, I haven't found that person to be able to. I haven't found the me that works like in Rouge with the Rouge brands yet.
Are they carried at Bloomingdale's?
They don't carry it at Bloomingdale's, but that's what I'm saying. Like, even with me, I'm like, oh, okay, you're a fragrance person here. Take whatever samples you want. Have a nice, you know what I mean? Like, I'll have some samples. Yeah, I'll make you some. Try them, test them, whatever here. Thank you, but I haven't found that for me. I'm the plug, but I don't have my own plug for myself just yet. But I have tried Chypre Palatin. I do enjoy a few from MDCI, but I enjoy them for different reasons. Invasion Barbar, amazing stuff.
So when people come in and they're looking to buy perfume, what price level do you find is like the comfort zone for a lot of people? Like, how high do people go up to? Where consistently people are buying perfumes at this price range?
About the 235 to 325. Basically the price up to the price of Baccarat Rouge 540. With EDP, that's the one that I can pretty much.
What size is that? Is that the big size?
The standard size, the 70 ml size.
And what's the retail of that?
$325 for the Baccarat, and it's basically like $235 or for everything else, and 724 is $275, but it's still like sub 300.
724 is $275.
Is $275 for the 70 ml
for fresh air.
Yes.
Whoa, that's deep. That's deep. Is it moving? People are buying it.
People buy it at times when especially now because it's summertime, more people will get into it. And again, it's how you talk to the customer. You like if they want something fresh and clean. And they want it from Maison Francis,
right?
And then it's like, okay, well, this plus look,
influenced. The 724 being influenced, or people walking in and like smelling it and buying it off of their first impressions?
No, people are buying it because they go to Baccarat, and then they're either like, oh, Baccarat's not moving me, but again, I see this brand, I want something from. It's almost like I need. Like those boots during Christmas time, or whatever that one Christmas item. It's like I gotta get it. I have to get that item for Christmas, you know, as the ultimate Christmas gift. So they're like,
Yeah.
I need something from this house. I've never tried anything. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well then here, try Amorous Poem, which I actually prefer over 724, especially the X-Straight. But
724, that was inspired by the original 754, whatever the number is called,
right,
which is inspired by the New York City skyline, which basically smells like fresh air and ozonic musk. There's just nothing to it. I mean, it's lovely. It's a nice perfume, but
clean
you can
scent.
get something that does the similar effect for $60, right?
Pretty much. Dior Homme Cologne, honestly, reminds me so much of 724.
Right. It's just musks. It's just like layers of musks and musks and musks.
And citrus.
Like very clean musks, right? A little bit of Windex in there. Some
Very
ozones, probably some fruity florals. You know, it's like typically FK's thing.
Very much so. That actually is true. It's all the white florals, the jasmines,
So Baccarat Rouge 540 or Santal 33 as far as selling bottles, what's bigger?
Baccarat Rouge 540.
Wow.
I don't think
there was a Rouge came over, right? Because they say Santal 33 is the smell of New York City. Everybody in New York, every like B-level actor or anybody,
everyone,
it's
split. It's basically like the Upper East Side, you know, everyone like that, they're wearing Baccarat, and then everyone else within the Manhattan district is kind of wearing Santal. But it really is like a split down the middle at this point, because everyone is just buying it for either the brand or the X-Straights bottle. They're like, "Ooh, I want the," and then they find out it's $450 for the X-Straight, and then they're like, "Oh, well, I'll just do the Eau de Parfum." I'm like, "Yeah,
that would be another good poll: Santal versus Baccarat Rouge." What does the chat say? Santal 33 or Baccarat? That would be very interesting. I literally don't smell Santal 33. I smell it in Toronto, and it's so obvious when you get it. You can't miss it, you know? You cannot miss it. There's so many clones and dupes of it.
So many. And same thing with Baccarat now. You have the Ariana Grande, and that is the one thing you do get that sometimes. They're like, "Oh, this smells like Ariana Grande." It's like, no, Ariana Grande smells like this.
Right. But that's something only we would know, right?
Exactly.
So you got to be a complete nerd or geek.
But no, it's like I said, I'm almost like the consultant for sure. I don't try to step on anyone's toes. It gets real catty with retail. I'm not here to do any of that, but I am here to try to help. And my thing is, I just want to make sure that people walk out with what they actually want. You know, like they again, spending $300, $400 alone, not cheap. You know, so, and some people, I've heard the stories. It's like, I've saved up my money. And like, I actually had this happen. I had a woman who was saving a little bit, and she was getting married. So she saved and she saved and she saved until the day that like the month before her wedding. And then she decided to buy a fragrance, and she found me, thankfully. But I sat her down, consulted with her. She wanted it from Maison Francis. So I went through, I offered her a Diptyque candle just as a congrats on your wedding. And then I had the Maison Francis rep throw in a few things that since he bought she bought the fragrance, they had some gifts, but it was sitting down, it was consulting. And then it's like, I had a part to play in the wedding, because now she'll smell Baccarat. She ended up with Baccarat. I tried to convince her on something else, but she went with Baccarat. But that's her scent of her wedding now. It's like, oh yeah, I did that. Spent an hour with her to do that, but
and then for her divorce, she can wear Santal 33.
Exactly. There you go. So yeah, it's
okay. Baccarat and Santal. right? I can wear Baccarat. I don't mind Baccarat, even though it's sweet and goopy. I can tolerate it, and I actually enjoy it. I enjoy not necessarily like I can do without the cotton candy stuff, but I like kind of technically how it works. Santal 33, I really struggled to wear it. However, I prefer the smell of Santal 33 myself, like the theme of it more than Baccarat, because I like that smoky dryness, that grittiness, of this. I just can't wear it myself.
Yeah, nah, I can't. I tried, but it doesn't work.
But there is something special about Baccarat. It's like that jasmine, the mineral accord,
saffron,
like nice and herbal. And somebody was earlier talking about another 13, which is also very similar to Baccarat.
Very.
Which one came out first?
I think Baccarat by like a year or two, because Baccarat's been around since like 2015.
So do you think it was an accident that they came out, or something's going on there?
I mean, they were probably peaking. They saw the sale.
How about this?
Cure 28. Oof.
Oh.
Happy Pride Month. No, wait, that passed.
Happy Queer 28. That's a good leather perfume.
Yes.
I have yet to smell Cuir de Russie. I really should. I need to smell it. I really.
Oh, there's another 13. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another 13.
Another
Very
13.
similar. If I think I was forced to choose, I don't know. I think I would go Baccarat Rouge 540.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was not to my head.
Of those. Yeah.
Another fragrance I've been really kind of crushing on these past few weeks has been Ivoire du Balmain. If you've ever smelled that one,
it's way sweeter. Baccarat is way sweeter.
It was.
Keep that back.
Ivoire du Balmain, I've smelled it, and the first time I've smelled it, I thought it was like a 1930s fragrance. Turns out it came out in the 80s, because like Ivoire du Balmain is just this kind of very white floral.
It's sweet. It's too sweet.
Yeah.
And just when I smelled it, I thought this smells so aldehydic and just of that like old world era. And when I found out it was from the 80s, I was like actually kind of surprised. But yeah, it really is just an incredible kind of austere fragrance that Ivoire du Balmain. It's, I don't know, I think it has been discontinued. Don't quote me on that, but like if you find some place to get vintages, like I don't know, some place I've heard called enchanteperfumes.com. I don't know that the places. I heard the guy's cool and all, but like
we got an enchanté.com, enchanteperfumes.com ticker
Mark.
Parade. Here we go. Are you talking about Ivoire de Balmain?
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's definitely discontinued, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. I mean, still like huge for Rouge for like giving me that as a decant. I have been just swooning over it. It's so interesting to me. Like it's definitely got that 30s, even though it's from the 80s. It's got that kind of 30s callback to me. Of just this very white, aldehydic fizz to it, very very grandmotherly.
I've never smelled it.
It's just I really enjoy it. And just like a quick segue, how we were talking about divorce fragrances. I feel like a good divorce fragrance would be Fracas.
Fuck, I fucking hate Fracas.
Honestly, I think it would be a great divorce scent, because you would make the other person just like remember you whether they wanted to or not. Because like
I don't like the way it smells. I don't like the way it wears on me.
I
It's so
appreciate
screechy.
like the design of it being
That to me is stomach
it
turning.
smells of the 30s, but it's also very dense, and it's got that kind of ointment-like texture of tuberose. You know, it has this kind of skin cream feeling to it.
I much prefer like Guerlain's Mahora to Fracas.
I have not smelled Mahora. You know, I just have
Even
two
that is challenging, but it's
Fracas.
disturbing, but it's weirdly. I can do that, but not. I can't wear a Fracas.
Yeah,
no.
I don't know. It's like,
but going back to these, like what I like is I like how light and airy it is, but it also you've got this huge cloud around you, but there's no density to it. It's all very transparent. You can punch right through it. It's just so light. That's what I like. But it's got texture at the same time. It's light but airy.
Speaking of light and airy, Eugene, have you smelled Cologne Officinal by Heely?
No.
No, I have also yet to smell it. I really need to do it. I really enjoy Heely as a brand. Like of the samples that I've gotten, he's kind of. I really enjoy his style. It is very kind of, airy and kind of everything that he perfumes, even the more dense stuff, does have a certain lift to it, which I enjoy. Like the bottle of agar wood, which I gave to my brother to make space for 2 bottles of samsara. He does overspray, which does kind of tickle my nose in a way which I don't really find pleasant, because that's the overspraying, not the fragrance itself. When I detach myself from the amount that he has sprayed, I still find that combination of jammy rose and the lift. I'm gonna coin it the Heely lift TM, and it's just I really enjoy.
That's for Margie.
Fragrances like there's Athenian, which we did in 21, which is a fig done in the Heely style. It's a very good, very. It is noticeably kind of chewy with the green fig, and it's a dark green. Note the yuzu, everyone. Well, not everyone knows, but most people know Note the yuzu, and I'd say most enjoy, but that is a bit of me forcing my own opinion on people. Oranges and Lemons, say the Bells of St. Clemens, is a brilliant execution of the. I'll stop using the French accent. The eau de cologne, genre. It's a very soapy take on it. When it dries down, the St. Clemens dries down. You can feel a very pleasant note of ylang ylang. It's just. I don't know, when I wear St. Clemens, it's just kind of it takes me to a very nice place. That's the best way I can describe it. I really just Heely is great.
I do like Iris de Nuit from them. That is really one of my favorites. And the mint one. I forgot what the mint. Mint fresh, yeah. Those two, but especially Iris. I just like Iris, so for the most part, very solid. Hey, what's going on? H2O.
Bobby O, we got Margie is here. Good to see Margie. We got some people popping in Margie. Here. Who else came in? Somebody else came in. Mika's here. Oh, Alex! Happy birthday, Alex! Good seeing you here.
Happy birthday, brother. Alex!
Alex speaking Croatian. Cool.
Let's see any others that I've been enjoying. Santos as well. I've been really enjoying lately.
Santos was fabulous.
Yeah, it's honestly not as masculine as I thought it would be, considering it came out in the 80s and is associated with the 80s powerhouses. It is very noticeably gentler than your Kuroses, your Bosses, your Lapiduses. It's honestly, I'd say my favorite of the 80s powerhouse category, precisely because it's not a powerhouse.
Do you guys carry Celine there, Joe?
We
Bloomingdale's?
do not. They make that a boutique exclusive type of thing. I wish we
It might
get.
be available only in boutiques here as well.
Yeah, that I need to get a hold of a couple of bottles. I want to get black tie before the year ends, but there's a few that I just need to try. I haven't tried the house at all yet, but I know about
this
it.
is complex.
Black tie. There's always fragrance one's black tie.
I think this is the most complex Celine they have, even though it's a big vanilla. But I get a big marshmallow in this. Something about it screams like smoky marshmallow, like roasting marshmallow over a campfire, and
that would be my speed. Actually, that's
s'mores or something.
That's the one you held up before.
Yeah, this is black tie.
Oh, that is black tie. Okay, I thought that was
really
the other one you held
elegant.
up for
This.
Margie.
Also, another new acquisition of mine, Adorum from Niz.
What's that?
It's Adorum from Niz. It's gotten some circulation in the smaller fragrance community space. It's a really nice incense. It definitely has a burnt feeling to it, and the concept as well was to make something that's burnt and make it smell good. Because the 1+1 project of Nez is a collaboration between a perfumer and a professional of another field. And so Adorum was a collaboration between Fabrice Pellegrin and Akram Benelal, which is a chef. And so and so his brief, Akram's brief, was to incorporate something that's burnt. And so there's a chocolatey thing here. It is definitely incensey and a little black pepper. Yeah, Adorum is actually really good, and it's also they only come in 15 ml sizes, which I think is really good for someone who already has an established collection. These 15 ml bottles. Yeah, Adorum. Check it out if you haven't.
So Spaced Out is saying that black tie is quarter of what Bois d'Argent is.
That makes sense why I liked it. I love Bois d'Argent.
I love both. I like both of these. I love Bois d'Argent myself, and I do prefer Bois d'Argent to black tie wherever it went. I don't know if it's 3/4 better though. Where the hell did I put my bottle? Okay, black tie. Black tie is good. Bois d'Argent is good. I agree. I prefer Bois d'Argent. I don't know if it's that much better.
Also what's funny about the parcel that I got from Manouche is, I don't know if you did that as a joke or not, but he gave me a mini of Stronger With You Intensely, which I don't know when I'll ever use this, because I don't know, the start of my fragrance journey was Azzaro's Wanted by Night, which what a way to start. But I don't know, maybe it'll kind of be in the same vein, and I'll be like, oh, this reminds me of when I first started liking perfumes. It's just, I didn't ask for this. I appreciate that he sent it to me, and Rouge is always generous with his complimentary stuff. It's just it very much smells quintessentially designer sweet fragrance, which I've kind of not grown past it. I do have a soft spot for these types of fragrances, but it is very much out of my style these days. these
What
kind
is that? Sorry, Dev.
I
I
was
was a little
talking about this
distracted
mini
over here.
bottle of Stronger with You Intensely from Emporio Armani,
Hmm.
which Anu sent it to me, complimentary with the lost parcel of Samsara, and so at this point it's more of a kind of a funny thing to look at, and like he sent this to me with the sample of Balenciaga Perfume, which still going strong, still incredible on this hand. And when you go from that to this, you kind of want to let out a little chuckle, It's definitely a twist in the road, It's a bit of a wind to get from Emporio Armani's Stronger with You Intensely to Balenciaga's Perfume. I tell you that much. I prefer Balenciaga Perfume. No contest.
Mika says just picked up Bella Despido, and I'm glad to see so many people are finally coming around to Bella Despido because it is a worthy and related to number 19. Udo asking if Third Man smells anything like Queer to Russie. They don't smell anything alike. Third Man to me is very barbershoppy, very floral, but masculine floral, like the hard florals, not the soft types.
I actually find
it's quite spicy and woody, and it's got sharp corners and edges, which makes it masculine.
I don't know. I find the Third Man to be very, very soft. Like it almost feels like a Metro barbershop to me.
A Metro barbershop.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, metrosexual barbershop, like the guy who's wearing this, like, takes care of himself in a very kind of.
But can you wear like flannel and construction boots and still get away in Third Man?
I mean, you could do it in anything, but just when I picture of the guy wearing Third Man, he has long hair, maybe even a bit of eyeliner, listens to The Cure 100%.
Wait, I don't get The Cure and Third Man?
Yeah, honestly, it's there is a bit of sensitivity here with this.
It almost feels like it's more Johnny Cash.
I don't find a Third Man to be very butch, like, at all. I really do think.
Are we smelling the right fragrance? This might be one of the most masculine things I know. Like, it has man in the name. I don't know if that's supposed to mean anything, but to me, this is very masculine.
But the Third Man also means
this is what dads used to smell like when they were like abusive. You know what I mean?
Like, on my skin, it comes off very fruity, not in the I smell fruits kind of way. Fruity is in the is he gay kind of way.
I don't get any of that.
I
find the first one, put on home, very soft and round and easier to wear.
I also find that, but like I said, that's why I think they're equal to me, because I find both of them that the kind of vulnerable, not effeminate character, but definitely a softer, more sensitive character to both of them.
Don's Putty equals Queer Beluga.
My nose is fucked up from smelling.
I would say that Queer Beluga is a little bit more interesting, but yes, they are very similar. I don't know if they're connected in any other way. Bella Despido is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so moody.
Never smelled a single Legs Exclusives because they're apparently just not available in my country. Never smelled a single one.
So somebody's agreeing with you about Third Man. I don't know. To me, it's like the florals and the spices and the woods. There is some softness to it, no doubt. But I find that it's beautifully blended and it's got depth to it. It smells like what men, used to smell like. without smelling like Windex or glass cleaner or toilet
I
scrub
feel
or
like
Right.
fresh air.
equipage is also like a great masculine, but it is also very much on the softer side. But with a if you know Pronom and the third man have a sensitive kind of softness to it, the softness that equipage has, you know, from Hermes, is a very kind of austere softness. Like this guy,
And had an abusive dad.
very money. Like you have never seen him on any, you know, richest men in the world list, but he has money. He lives in a castle. He will not look in your direction so much as even if you set yourself on fire and call yourself the Burning Man, he will not regard you at all because he lives in an entirely different world. And you can like him, you hate him, but he is so rich that he just is not here. That's the kind of,
Where would he be?
I don't know, some castle. Just some castle somewhere, living it up, away from the you know, the people who exist. That's the people who exist. Period. He doesn't exist. He's somewhere, but he doesn't exist. Like that's the kind of money that equipage radiates to me.
Okay, I've worn this too in the last couple of days. I haven't talked about this in forever. I haven't worn this in forever. And this is
Oh,
O2.
Oh, l'air du désert marocain.
I was
Tower
like,
O2.
ODDM.
Right? And this is a huge balsamic. Are you guys familiar with this?
I've smelled it once, but I cannot remember. Like I know that generally there's like it's this kind of you know, spiced cinnamon-ish thing. And like I wasn't that blown away by it. Maybe I just wasn't in the right headspace at the time.
Look how the resin has dried up on the atomizer.
So good.
I found it good, but I didn't, you know, have an experience with it.
Like
I need
that's
to get
dried
more.
up amber there on the atomizer.
You've had that bottle for a long time, right, Eugene? Because I like that's taking me back to my time. My
Years,
you know, because
yeah,
everyone
years.
2013, 2012, 2014, everyone was talking about L'air du Desert.
It's one of the first niche I bought, probably along with like Tobacco Vanille, Musk Ravageur. You know, going back then when you were when I was discovering how exciting this was, like going through all those phases, discovering niche for me was insane. It was like so eye-opening, you know. And everything, like at that time, because I was so new to it, everything was like so exciting.
Berlin. And Hero didn't help the cause. Hero, the hype,
For me,
Hero
Berlin kind of came after I discovered niche. It's like I started discovering Frederick Mall. Yeah, a lot of stuff like this, you know, like these quirky pieces. But it was Tobacco Vanille, Tuscan Leather, Musk Ravageur, Portrait of a Lady. This,
obviously, Cedra Boisé, the best niche fragrance of all time.
Ew, this horrible, dude.
I know.
Horrible,
And that
horrible. I remember buying that, and it was like, why would anybody want to smell like vinegar, like pickled vinegar? That's what it smelled like.
I have ever made. The worst blind buy I've ever made. It smells like plasticky in a weird.
It's horrible. It's not even perfume, man. It's like petrochemicals. But yeah, I remember discovering not only like niche perfume, but designer exclusives. That blew me away too.
Yeah,
just
my
the
first
quality and the storytelling.
Good.
To me, I actually prefer designer exclusives to niche because they're a little bit smoother and they're easier to wear and they're just I don't know, like
they're still mainstream to a degree, just cater to a different audience.
This, of course, they're a little bit less artistic. They still got a great story, but it's like the quality.
Before the corporations bought them out, the various companies now.
I don't know if we're hyping Bella Despito. We've been talking about Bella Despito on this channel for years. So maybe we are, but people are just sharing their thoughts on it, and there seems to be a good amount of people that are enjoying it. But let us know how you think of it. April. Better to hype Bella Despito than S Boy.
S Boy by Draco.
Oh boy.
That and good for me, my guy. I don't know who's smelling of that. Why did
not a fan.
Get into perfume?
Have you smelt it?
No.
I definitely get similarities between these 31 Rue Cambon and 1932, but I much prefer 31 Rue Cambon. 1932 is like one of the. It's like I think it's like one of my least worn exclusives. Yeah, this is a good wear. Huge incense, huge balsam, huge. You
can have you
spices.
Paris Venice.
Sorry?
Have you smelled Paris Venice?
Yeah. The Lazo?
Yeah. My mom actually had it in her bathroom counter. I kind of stole some spritz from there, and it is actually pretty nice.
It's gorgeous.
It's a little sweeter than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's sweet.
But like it is very much like a pleasant. I say kind of no. To me it feels like obviously feminine when I smell.
It does, but I love it. I wear it, and I love how it's kind of like this watery, fresh, floral, ambery thing going on. It's really good.
Definitely ambery. It has that stickiness to it, which is unexpected when you hear that it's from a line called, The Waters.
I don't think I own a single Mancera or Montal at this moment. I used to own Black Oud. I used to own Rose Cafe Rose.
Yeah.
Ted's Cafe, maybe? Or was it?
And Ted's Cafe.
I think I gave them away. I had what's the other one? The vinegar one we were talking about.
Cedropoise.
So I had that, sold it the next day. Awful. One of the worst fragrances ever. I wouldn't even consider it a fragrance. It's like I'd rather wear shoe polish.
It's a social experiment.
Horrible perfume. I blind bought it too. I just wanted to see what is the rage about. I wasn't expecting anything good from it. I knew exactly what it was going to be, but the Versace designer exclusives aren't very good. I wouldn't consider those as something that I like.
YSLs are okay. Some of them are.
Kayvon, what's happening?
Yo, Kevin, let's go. How you doing?
Nice haircuts all around. I actually have to head out. I gotta go get my sister. So it was amazing chatting with you both.
Good seeing you, Joanne.
In the chat, absolutely. And anytime. Thank you for having me. I'll be back. And just thank you. Y'all have a great weekend.
All right, awesome. Good to see you. Come back anytime. Find Joe Anthony. Where can they find you if they want something from Diptyque or Bloomingdale's?
If you want something, you could contact me on IG for sure. That is definitely one way. Actually, give me 2 seconds so I could grab my business card and I'll give. Oh wait, no, I don't have to do all that because I remember what it is, and I'll put it right here in the private chat.
Or are we sticking around a little bit longer? We got 56 in the chat here.
Here we go. I put my email to to the thing. Again, unfortunately, I am relegated to just US only.
You want
But
me to drop that in the chat, Joanne?
yeah, you
All right,
can.
cool. All right, so
And
if somebody is looking for something from Diptyque or Bloomingdale's, hit up Joe Anthony, and you can find him right here.
I'll
And
take care of you.
hopefully he'll take care of you, get you some extra samples or whatever it is you need.
Anything you need, I got you. So thank you, Eugene. I
Good
appreciate
seeing
it.
you, bro. We'll talk to you
Great to
soon.
see you, Dev. Later, y'all.
All right.
All right, great man, great man.
Yeah, Rue Cambon is beautiful. All those Les exclusives are beautiful. They're all like old world, timeless.
The only one I've smelled is Gardenia.
That's the only one you've smelled?
Yes, my mom has a bottle of it. That's the only one I've smelled. I know, ironic, isn't it?
L'air du Desert Moroccan gets soapy for me. Soap isn't something that I would think of when I'm wearing this. To me, it's very balsamic. And it's quite round.
I've only
I love the aesthetic of this. I need to wear this more is what I need to do. Is wear this.
That one and Sundowner, and that's about it from Tower. I've not smelled much of Tower's. I don't know what to call it. Olfactography. I've not smelled a lot of his stuff. I vaguely remember both LDDM and Sundowner, and they were both like kind of good, not great. You know, which I'm gonna get lynched for this, but like.
All right, Mike V coming in strong here, and he has a point. And he sees, I'll see your Cedrat Boise and raise you a Hindu Kush.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think of that. Hang on, we got a very special guest here. I'm not sure if he's awake or if he's meditating, but he looks like he's at peace with himself. And watching him the last couple of weeks, I would say he's found some very deep internal peace, and it's good to see that. So everybody, please welcome the guy that burns his money.
Hey guys, hey Eugene, Dev, pleasure.
Hi Kevin.
Bow.
What's up?
I just want to say all the stars are here. What a pleasure, an honor it is to be here with you two handsome gentlemen. Thank you for having me on. And I'm just here.
Dude, the blessing is all ours. I feel so honored to have you here and that you get to grace us with your presence, your beautiful smile, your perfume knowledge, your wisdom.
Stop.
Just your being, yourself.
Stop it.
You know, it's just like you raise all the spirit here. Is that too much for you to handle? Like too many compliments at once? You're worthy, though.
I'm kicking my feet.
You're worthy. Where are you?
I'm in old Montreal.
Are you in Montreal?
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
Oh, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Are you with your other half?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
nice.
Man. We
just
got back from the spa.
Nice. Did you get a pedicure?
No, I didn't.
What kind of a spa though?
It was on a boat. It was on a boat, and it was a spa, like it's 4 levels. You can go into an ice bath and a steam room and a sauna and a pool and a jacuzzi and a hot tub, another pool, and yeah.
Nice. I'm glad that you guys are having fun.
Yeah.
Just like a weekend getaway, you and Milena?
Yeah, it's a little weekend getaway in old Montreal. You got to see this place, man. I'm telling you, this is where all the stars go. Let me just flip my camera around for you.
Are you on the boat now or in your hotel room?
I'm in my apartment now. Check this out. Look at this. Oh, my God.
Damn, that's really... Kev, turn your phone to the side, the long side, bro.
Yes, sir.
Please.
I'm not used to handling long things.
Are you on lock screen? Unlock your phone.
Oh, hold on. Unlock the phone.
Sorry, I'm being a little bit demanding and pushing, but it's just like a better... Yeah, your phone's not turning for some reason. It's a straight phone, isn't it?
Maybe take me off of the full screen. Maybe it'll work then.
I don't think so.
Nah.
Okay, I'll leave and I'll come back. Hold the fort.
No, you're good. Don't worry, man. You're good.
All right, all right.
I don't want to lose you. I don't want to take that risk.
No, you could never lose me. I'm always with you, man.
The risk is just way too high, man.
I know. Look. It's a beautiful, beautiful day in old Montreal.
Are you close to the cathedral?
Well, I don't know which one you're talking about.
I don't know either.
Yeah. I'm
It's
rather
a
on a
state-
Jacques Cartier. Look at that. What a beautiful sight, no? If anyone wants to find me, I'll be right here.
Cool. It looks gorgeous. I love Montreal. It's like it's very different than Toronto, isn't it?
Very different.
It feels a little bit more run down than Toronto too.
Rundown. Well, it's not as big a city. It's a little bit more, a lot more visible history. You know.
Yeah,
It looks like it's historic, even though
it feels
Toronto's
more historical.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not as metropolitan as Toronto, and it's always been a safe haven for diversity in Montreal. So, like the LGBTQ community has always had a safe haven here.
Yeah.
Different races. Yeah, it's a nice accepting place. People are very chill, tranquille, c'est pas problème.
Big
Everything
Persian
is
community
okay.
there.
I think so. There is a Persian community here, not as big as Toronto, but yeah.
Did you get a Brazilian? Mike V is asking.
Well, I tried. I
Actually,
tried, but they said that I need to let it grow out a little bit more first. So they
Right,
turned
there's
it.
nothing to hold on to.
Yeah, they couldn't get a good grip on the hairs. So they said, you know what? Come back in a week. And I said, I'm Persian. That means 4 hours. So that's why I'm just streaming with you guys. I'm waiting for a few hours. I'm going to go back and get
It should be any moment now, eh?
any moment now. Oh, I can feel some growth now.
Movement.
Yeah.
Have you had any poutine while you've been there?
No,
You can't go to Montreal and not have the
I know,
poutine.
but it's so greasy. Like I like to wait till the last day.
Yo, enjoy your life, man. We're here for a good time, not for a long time. Have some damn poutine.
Yeah, but then I feel like a greasy, fat piece of hot poutine after I eat it.
Share one with Milena.
Well, then we'll both feel like half a greasy, hot.
No, you
fat
only
piece of
feel
poutine.
like half full.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you wearing? What fragrance are you wearing?
Oh man, I thought you wanted to know what I'm physically wearing.
We'll get to that
Eagle
next. I got to ease into it very
Oh,
slowly. What are you wearing?
Platinum Eagle with.
That's what you wore when we went out like 10 days ago.
Only the best for you, Daddy.
I wouldn't expect anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a good time, man. We had some Persian food, walked around.
It was nice. It was nice just hanging out and chatting, It's nice.
A couple of boys chilling.
Yeah, just boys.
It's boy stuff.
Just boys being boys, Yeah, but you have to have the poutine. You cannot go to Montreal and not have the poutine. There's so many varieties, it gets confusing, but you can't miss with the classic poutine.
Yeah, the thing about poutine is it has to be a cheap place. Like it can't be like a fancy poutine.
There's a lot of fancy poutiniers there in Montreal.
Poutiniers, yeah. But you have to go to that place La Belle Provence, like that. It's like a half a franchise, like 5-6 locations, open till 4 a.m. It's $5. They give it to you in those Chinese food containers, those aluminum ones. They smush it down with the white lid, and it's like powdered gravy, cheap cheese, frozen French fries. That's when it tastes.
No, they got to have the proper cheese curds. If they have the wrong cheese, it ruins the poutine. It's not the same. They got to have the good cheese. You pay a little bit more, get the good cheese. It's like that gummy, rubbery cheese.
Yeah, the gummy, rubbery one. That's cheap cheese, man.
No, that's the good one, man.
That's young cheese. That's baby cheese. That's fetus cheese.
Fetus cheese?
No.
Good Lord, Dev.
What?
No, I don't know what kind of cheese you guys have experienced or what kind of cheese y'all have over there. But you gotta get the good cheese when you go for a poutine.
I'm not saying it's gross. I'm saying that's the developmental stage between milk and cheese. It's fetus cheese.
I don't know about fetus cheese.
You know, young real cheese is baby cheese. Old cheese,
I just noticed Mika's
like
thumbnail picture, and I absolutely love it. Look at that.
Oh, it's your bottles.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
noticed
okay.
right now. Cool.
That's cool, man.
the Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. You must have a great sense of pride knowing you got to share your artwork with the community and the
Yeah,
world.
it's something to be proud of, man. A lot of work and effort and time went into those. A lot of pain and suffering,
Yeah.
but a lot of beauty too. So
Now, you
yes,
guys-
I'm absolutely very
What is
proud
it
of
thing?
it.
You guys may not know this, but for all the folks at home, Eugene actually sheds one single tear into each bottle that he delivers to you.
Yeah.
So there's one Eugene tear in each spritz.
400 tears per bottle.
That's it.
400 rose petals.
And that's
If I release a fragrance, it'll be a few drops of something else in each bottle. But we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
Curds.
Yeah, the good ones, the fetus one that Dev likes.
fetus cheese. Let's go.
You know, now all this talking about poutine, I've got a craving for poutine. I want to go see Oppenheimer. Have you seen the movie Oppenheimer?
Is that about the Holocaust?
No,
It's about
no,
the atomic
it's about the guy
bomb.
who kind of, was in charge of the project that created the atom bombs.
So it's not about the Holocaust.
No, it's about World War II, not the Holocaust. The Holocaust was.
There might be parts of the Holocaust. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, but when I watch it, I'll let you know. But yeah, it's more about the atomic bomb, creating the atomic bomb and things like that. I haven't seen a movie in ages, and I've got some time tonight. I think I want to do that, and I think I'm going to go get a big poutine.
Hey, Eugene, would you say you'd want to have it put in your mouth?
Oh, Dev,
That's what exactly is getting put in there. But I don't mind. I don't mind. It all depends what, though. I'm pretty game. I'm pretty open.
It's pretty game.
I didn't say gay.
I said game.
What'd you say? You're pretty gay, Dev?
I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm coming out here. This is my
You're
coming.
coming?
Yeah, I'm just right now.
Eugene?
All over the ceiling.
Yeah.
The floor.
Why do your streams always turn to smut?
What do you think the
They only turn
people
to
like
smut when you show up. Other than that, they're usually really smooth. And I know that you wait towards like the end of the stream to come on to kind of like soften the blow, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. No, they're not. They don't usually get smutty. Sometimes there's certain people that come on and they take a turn of, they just take a turn. Take a big turn.
Take a big turn. This is dirty Dev.
They take a turn. It's all good though.
I need a shower.
Yeah, I need a shower too to cleanse myself of the filth you've been spewing this last few minutes.
God, I'm so sorry. I need some Hail Marys and Our Fathers, even though I'm Jewish, so it wouldn't work.
You guys are a couple of handsome fellas. Do you ever look in the mirror and just say to yourself, "Wow, I'm a dapper Dan"?
Yeah,
I don't. I only look at you and say, I wish I can look like Kevin. I wish I can do as many push-ups as Kevin.
Oh, well, push-ups don't really get you that far in life, I'll be honest. I went to pay the bill. She's like,
you do them every single day. They must be getting you somewhere. You can't cash in your push-ups?
Yeah, I tried, man.
You've got Milena now. Would you have Milena if you didn't do all those push-ups?
I don't know. Would I have you if I didn't do the push-ups?
Yeah.
Oh, she says, yeah.
We'll never know, though.
We'll never know.
Like, she's just being nice and polite.
Yeah.
But if you didn't do the push-ups and you were an extra, let's say, 60 pounds.
Yeah. I'm just really happy with everybody. I think that it's a great stream. I think you guys are fantastic. I was gonna say something. You guys threw me off, man. You're talking about push-ups. Oh, you were saying that you wish you look like me. If for the folks at home who don't know, Eugene, I'm a tall guy. Okay, I'm pretty tall. But Eugene is really tall. He's so tall, I feel short. And then I'm pretty wide. I'm a wide
You're
guy.
so short. I feel tall next to you.
Dude, hey, why you gotta
Oh,
turn into an
if
You
insult?
actually trigger my tallness. And I'm
Yeah.
like, why do I gotta be so tall? Like, Kevin.
please don't talk about short when you haven't seen me, okay? I'm so short. When I walk into a door, I'm halfway between, like, I'm handle level. You know the doorknob, when you turn it, I'm there. My head is right there. I can wave hello from there, you know?
Dev, when he was
My-
as handsome as you, when God made you, Dev, he said, listen, I gotta give the other fellas a break, okay? We're gonna give him brains, wit, charm. We're gonna make him beautiful. At least let's not make him too tall to give fellas like us a chance. So Dev,
I'm not short. I'm efficient on space. I'm compact.
yes,
I got
exactly. You're aerodynamic. What was that Margie said? Eugene greater than Kev? I think she meant in height. Yes, you are greater than me in height. Yes. But man, he's wide. You're like you're like an extra large refrigerator. And in great shape.
rectangular.
It is what it is, man, and I can't change that. That's what I've been given. Not just like my physical outerness, man. That's not me. I'm the person inside. What I look like on the outside, I have no control over. I mean, a little bit to an extent.
Oh no, you have a lot. I'm not just talking about your body and how you can change it through exercise and diet and sleep and water. I really believe that your face, in large part, is a manifestation and an expression of how you feel on the inside. I think people's faces change depending on how they treat them, how they love themselves, and how they feel.
I believe that. I agree with you.
So you have a you have a lot of control over the way you look. Like they say, don't judge a book by its cover. You know what I say? I say judge away, man. Don't even read the first page. Just judge it by the cover.
That's all we do all day anyway, isn't it? Is just like judge.
Well, if we didn't judge, we'd make a lot of bad decisions, wouldn't we?
What if we made good decisions? Can you make good decisions without judging? I don't know about that. We make a lot of good decisions.
That's what those fellas said on
isn't-
that submarine that went down to see the Titanic. They didn't judge enough. They'd judge a little more. They'd be port side smoking a stogie, having a glass of champagne. Instead, they're down there finding Nemo.
You know what the problem was? They didn't take the time to learn how to scuba dive. That was their problem. They didn't want a skill. They wanted Titanic, and they wanted it now. You know what they got instead? They got implosion. That's what they got. They got crushed. You know what they could have been doing? They could have been diving in a scuba suit, and it would have been all okay. But no, they just had to get immediate gratification, and you know what they got? Crushed.
I don't know. Immediate gratification. What did they just sign up and went straight down the bottom of the ocean like 45 minutes after this idea was presented to them? They didn't study it?
Listen, they could have learned a skill, but no, they wanted it. They wanted it basically now. They couldn't be bothered to.
You know what? I could. Yeah. It's. I have no idea what happened. I could care less too, to be honest. I mean, out of my control. It's just something that happened. I mean, there's millions of people dying all the time, and nobody gives a shit. But all of a sudden, it's like these.
Funny.
Good. You got a God-shaped hole in your heart, Eugene.
No, I don't mean it like that. But it's just 4 rich people died. I mean, there's so much worse going on in the world.
That's why it's funny. You can laugh at them.
Sentiment asking Eugene out of context, but do les abstraits cross the? They are available in France, so if you want to save, I don't know, some people think they save on tax or duty or import. They are available at Bistro de la Butte in Annecy, France, if you're interested. But thank you for asking. Is that Kevin or BFL? Do you remember BFL?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was the guy with the 2 homophobic cats.
I remember. Rest in peace.
I was not here for that era of Fratcom. I wasn't here until 22, 23. I was not here though. I just wasn't, you know. 21, I just got into this like period. I wasn't even in niche or anything. 2021 was a Zara wanted by night. That's how new to this whole thing I am, which I don't mind being new. I'm just gonna learn away whatever needs to be learned. It's just, it's kind of crazy to like, sometimes I think, oh, I know more than all these people. Then I'm on here and I'm like, I don't know shit.
I mean, is it just me, or are you sounding more and more Jewish with every stream?
What do you mean I sound more Jewish? How can I sound more Jewish?
You sound like one of those jewelers in New York in one of those movies about
What does that even mean, man?
Dude, I don't know, he's getting more Jewish with every year, every stream that
I'm
passes.
Jewish.
And I don't mean it in a
political
bad way.
thing. Is this a political thing?
Yeah, he's being an anti-Semite.
He didn't say anything anti-Semite.
He's trying.
He just said you sound more and more Jewish.
What do you mean trying to sound more and more
It's
Jewish?
anti-Semitic of you to deny it. There's nothing wrong with sounding more and more Jewish.
God.
If you're a true Semite, you don't want to sound like a super Jew.
I'm not sounding like no super Jew. What do you mean?
Sentiment. I have dropped the link there to La Bistro de la Butte. Yes, we do cross. We ship from Les Abstraits across to the Europe, but if you wanted something quicker, go straight to La Bistro de la Butte. I had to cut you guys off. Sorry, man.
So please highlight Micah's comment.
Where is it?
It's a little low. It's a little lower. It's a little lower. Go
I was
lower.
getting more Dodi Al Fayed. Oh, you were Princess Di's lover. Yeah, that's a good comparison there, Yura. He was the guy that was last with Princess Di before she passed. Yeah, you're welcome. You too.
Good Lord, Micah. Good God. Now that's stereotyping, and I don't appreciate it.
I was like, wait a minute. I'm not a boy going down in Georgia looking for a soul steal. I'm not that. And I'm like, all right. There's also the other fiddler. Now, right?
Now, what Mike B is saying, that's not anti-Semitic either.
No, it's just funny. It's funny. Yeah. It's kind of funny. To me, it's a little funny to fake taking offense. I don't know why. It's just sometimes
everything is super offensive today, and you got to be super cautious of everything you say.
Don't worry.
It's gone super sterile, you know.
Nothing against Croatian people that when I say if I say that every time I look at Eugene, I want to play with Lego because he's got a blockhead. I mean, no, that's not anything against the Balkan blockhead stereotype.
Yeah, that's a stereotype. Is Croats, Balkans, Serbs are all square-headed. I get that. Bosnians, Herzegovinians,
the Caucasus, like Armenians.
I've been hearing that for years. My own son calls me what's that frigging guy's name? Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. Rowan Atkinson?
Yeah, he says I look like Mr. Bean. Probably like without stubble. But I remember when he was like so young, and we were at the mall, and we were walking by this like men's shop, and inside was this hanging from a mannequin was this like brown jacket with the patches on the elbows, something that Mr. Bean wanted, and he wanted me to buy it so bad just so I can look like Mr. Bean for him. I was like, go away, kid.
No, but you look better now than you ever did, Eugene. You look healthier and younger and more handsome now than you did like 5-6 years ago.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm exercising quite a bit. I'm outside in nature every single day. Not for a little bit, but for hours, like among trees. I feel better. Just breathing, the same air and the same energy as the trees. I feel like they've cleansed me. I feel like my skin is cleansed. I feel like all my insides are working properly the way they're supposed to. I just feel like everything's flowing perfectly.
Are you regular?
Oh, man, it's flow. It's frequency. It's a vibration. It's just like everything is just smooth. Exercise helps. Meditating helps. Are you meditating? Meditation burner?
Money Meditation is my name, and meditation is my game.
Meditation is your game. Yeah, it's cool.
Well, all meditation is, it's a method of focus, right? Meditation is focus, and a decision or a decision to not focus. But it's a conscious decision to be unconscious or completely conscious, right?
It's a lot of things, I think. I don't know if you can. I mean, you can put your own meaning to it, but it does mean a lot of things.
That's my favorite thing to do, is to add meaning to things that already have a meaning, like a definition. I like to create
Your
my
own meaning. Yeah. That's cool. You're allowed to.
To me, sometimes I feel like some things don't need like solving. You can just like bask in it, or like just like be in wonder of something without necessarily trying to figure something out. If that makes sense.
You know, to me, like one of the highest frequencies that I can connect with is being out by nature, by the running water, shut off my mind and just kind of like tune into the chirping birds. And when I can do that for a couple hours, I leave there and I'm just like so ready to go. You know, I'm prepared for anything. And it just kind of cleanses me.
You know what I do sometimes is, and I'm sure everyone at home can relate. Like, you guys know Margie Noir, right?
I don't. Who's that?
Oh, she's this great YouTube personality. She's got a channel. It's Margie Noir, with an E at the end of noir. She talks about classic French perfumery. She's awesome. I think she's a fan of yours, actually.
Cool.
But
I know that.
What I do is I turn her stream on, and I hope she streams again soon. Is I turn her stream on, and something about her laughter, it's very calming for me. Like when you mentioned the chirping of the birds, her laughter, and she's a very positive woman, and like she laughs a lot, and I love to hear her laughter. It really, it's calming. Every time she laughs, I let go.
It's almost like that frequency of a chirping bird, right?
Yeah, that should be the title of her next stream: the frequency of a chirping bird.
Chirping birds. Yeah, tripping birds.
I haven't gone off the trip yet.
But Dev is a great guy. He's a good sport. The other day he was streaming and he demonstrated some push-ups for us, and I was quite impressed.
Did he?
Yeah.
This was the other day, my guy. This was like more than a month ago. It feels like to me.
It's been over a month since you've done push-ups.
What's up, buddy?
I did do those push-ups, but it definitely wasn't the other day. But thanks for making it more recent to make it more impressive. I like a hype man sometimes.
I can be your hype man.
Go ahead, man. Hype away. I
All right, give Dev a good hype. Promote his channel.
Make him solo so I can focus on him.
All right. And I'll be right back. Give me a moment. I'm going to be right back.
My model face.
Introducing Dirty Dev, the Juicy Jew, straight from Tel Aviv, coming at you. Certificate for autism. We haven't seen it, but he claims he has one. Long flowing hair. That beard coming in nice. Only 23 years old. Maturity of a 4-year-old. The chest of Gaston, smelling like French perfumery, intelligence levels maximized. You're talking about wit, charm, grace, pride, all of this only on the Dev channel. Now he's going to give you a few push-ups and you're going to see his strength. Demonstrate for us, Dev. Look at that. Boom. Boom. That's straight Israeli power. Boom. Do it for Netanyahu. One more. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. That's strength. That's pride. That's confidence. Excellent.
Let's go.
I've never seen a man like this before. You guys don't even deserve this. You don't deserve this. None of them deserve you.
3:19 a.m. and that's what I'm doing for you guys.
I'm so proud of you, man. Dev, I'm going to be at your next stream. When you get monetized, I'm donating.
For sure, my guy. For sure.
I was thinking about getting monetized and then collecting all the super chats if they decide to give it, and then matching it every month and donating it to a children's charity. What do you think of that idea?
Man, I'd like the money myself, but you do you, my man.
Yeah, I'm going to donate it.
Man, I should not have exercised while wearing some sari. It's going to stink up my whole room. It's gonna stick up my whole room like Jesus. I do enjoy some sour, but it does not work well with sweat at all. Jesus. I can't even say Jesus. He kind of backed out on my people. But like, you know. Either way, guys. Hi. What Kevin said, all of it totally true, except that I'm actually 21. I'm a bit younger than 23. Anyway, I also have a channel. If you don't know, it is actually just Dev. Look it up. I have some reviews there. I have some first impression live streams, you know, because I think I have some pretty good reactions. I don't overact as some people may have you believe. I do really enjoy classic French perfumery. That is not my area of expertise, but that is my area of infatuation. I do kind of like dabble a bit in like Indian perfumery over here, Middle Eastern, some like over here. I try to keep an open mind about things, like if it's a modern designer or if it's a, you know, like something that I would never think would be up my alley. I'll
Tickle your fancy.
because like like just an example, one perfume that kind of it just blew me away for like no reason at all was Jeffrey Bean's Bowling Green, because like I did not think it would be like anything special, and then it was. It just, I don't know how. If you guys ever smell Bowling Green, you'll understand it. It's just so uplifting, and it's just one of those stories. Again, remember, Dev, it's a channel name, and it's also my real name, not short for anything. My rate sheet, you're not gonna get it, because I do this as a hobby, though I do wish it were a job. Eugen there, I think he's paused. No, he's moving again. Yep. Thank you for the spotlight.
It's all yours, brother.
That's a cutie pie, man. I love
You're a star, man. You're a star. You're gonna be a star one day. I see it.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Talent Scout.
There's a reason Kevin keeps saying all the stars are here when you're here.
Thank you.
Would you guys dare to join me in a short song? It's a song we all know.
All right, go ahead.
All right, I'll start it.
Oh, no, we're not doing that. Okay.
When you wish upon a star. Take it away, Dev.
I don't know that song. I'm too young for that.
Oh, I guess. Eugene, take it away.
All right, so let's do the Diaghilev versus. Oh, we're at 51 versus 49%. 106 votes. We're even. 50-50, like split.
Even.
That's unbelievable. Holy smokes. I'm just looking at it now. I think we need a new poll.
A new poll. So
that's what my ex-wife kept saying.
She wanted a new poll. Did she get one?
Well, it's not mine anymore. I every time I look in the mirror, I say the same thing. I said, I think we need to get a new poll here.
That's horrible, man. That's the worst way to go.
You know, and then you know what the
being replaced by a different poll.
I mean, at the end of the day, we can meditate all we want.
You're gonna have to meditate that shit away. Not even meditation would help that, I think. Hey.
Well, I meditate a lot on. Anyway.
Do you really meditate, Kev?
Of course, man.
Or are you just like fucking?
Dude, you told me when I came onto the stream, you said this guy seems like he's found some inner peace the last few weeks. I want to know, was that genuine or was that?
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah. I always tell the truth,
even when I lie.
Even when you lie.
Well, I exercise a lot. I exercise all the time. I'm always exercising.
Is that a form of meditation, though?
You know when the meditation happens? At the end of my exercise, I do a few hundred sit-ups. And then I lay down or I sit up and I just breathe. for a few minutes and I gather myself, and I'm telling you, when you've exhausted every ounce of physical energy you have, then you're finally in touch with a deeper level of energy. And I was, on a serious note, I was saying this on my stream, but people were having too much fun. They kept cutting me off. So I'll say it on your stream.
On your own stream, they're cutting you off. That's just like
Dude,
a
my
different
stream's a
level of
party,
freedom.
man. People come on, they get ahead of themselves, and I don't want to stop them from having a good time. Who am I? So, people want to get in touch with themselves, right? And their inner self. But how can you be in touch with yourself if you're not even in touch with your body? And I'll give
you have
you
to get out of touch with the person you think you are.
Okay, well, hold on. Stay on this thought for 1 second.
I'm on your side. I'm always on your side, Kevin.
No, I just stay on this thought. So what happens is most of your muscles, it's not that they're not strong enough to complete certain exercises, is that they're not awake yet. They haven't been activated. For example, a pull-up, most people who've never done a pull-up cannot do a single pull-up. But it's not that they're not strong enough, it's that the muscles required can only be activated through pull-ups. So those people, they're not even in touch with their body yet. Their muscles are not awake. How do you expect to be fully aware and awake and in touch with yourself if you're not even in touch with your physical body yet? It's a step towards total, being in tune with yourself. And you know what? I think that's about as good as I'm going to get. I'm impressed with what I just said, so I'm going to leave now. Thanks for having me. Bye, guys.
Later, Kev.
Yeah. Great guy.
Just like that. I think he's got a point, though. You need to be connected to your body and understand your body. And you need to know the body and how it works. And there's times where I go to the gym and I'm doing an exercise and I start feeling tired. And I'm like, all right, I'll give myself a number and I'll do just a couple of more. And I'm like, wait, why am I just doing a couple more? It's because my mind feels tired, right? It's not necessarily that my body can't go anymore, but it's my mind. So I kind of have to let go of the thoughts and then go into the body and let the body take over. And then I'm able to do more sets or reps or whatever it is. And then I go until exhaustion. And then I always leave feeling better. So it's all about like going inside of the body.
I don't really meditate. The closest I've been to meditation is just like a course I've taken on the intellectual history of Japanese Buddhism, which I know kind of sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but it does kind of give you some ideas, and like from there I've also learned that like the whole kind of mindfulness and this kind of relatively new aged stylization of Buddhism is actually as real a Buddhism as any of the other more established, let's call them, denominations. And then, but that's just called the Western, the modern canon of Buddhism, because what most people I think don't realize is that the whole culture of Buddhism isn't just the Indian, the monk kind of sitting there and having this belief that sitting there and kind of detaching himself because he must detach, otherwise he won't reach nirvana, so he has to do it again and again and again, so that one lifetime somewhere where this current body will never be, he'll finally reach the salvation. That is a Buddhism for sure. But there's also just the Buddhism that is not rejecting the desires, that is not rejecting the world, but it embraces it. It calls for acceptance and marvel at the world around you. And the meditation, if we put it in quotations, of that certain Buddhism is also very focused on the worldly things. So, for example, when you eat, your eating is meditation. When you clean, Your cleaning is meditation. When you exercise, your exercise is meditation. Which is why
So just to be aware of what you're doing in that moment and to be fully present.
You could say it's that, but I feel like it's also more than that. In that just you're not doing it to achieve meditation. You're kind of embodying the ideal of meditation just anytime. That's just like how I interpret this kind of how I interpret the idea of meditation is just embody it instead of just, perform this specific action for X amount of time until you feel this. It's not as formulaic as that to me.
Well, it's a good practice. Like if you have a busy mind, if you have that monkey mind and you're constantly like contemplating or ruminating or thinking about the past or worried about the future, or if you've got stress and anxiety, and meditation is a great way to put all of that at ease and just like let go. That's what meditation for me is, just like coming into the present and letting like this moment right now flow through me without any blockage or stuck or being stuck in thoughts of the past or stuck in ideas of pain or suffering, or letting go of that, any kind of stress that the body is holding on to, any sort of anxiety, anxiousness, any sort of there's those deep feelings in the pit of the gut that are uncomfortable, and as soon as those come up, it's like, oh, this is awkward, let's look for something to deter these feelings. Let's go get a cinnamon bun to make those feelings go away and feel better about myself, or let's go buy a perfume, or let's go get a hooker, or let's go get a drink, or whatever it is, whatever it is that it takes to make those nasty, icky feelings go away. That's what meditation is for me.
I don't know. To me, it's like it's the appreciation and the marvel, the awe. It's like the obvious, the everyday. Like when you just think about something, you realize that something is everything that is not that something, and yet it also is that something. For example, let's take a television screen, for example. A television screen is the materials that it took to make. It's the person who designed it. It's the company who manufactured it. And yet it's also the television screen. That's like a good example of like how to go about marveling at the obvious. It's something that I've learned from the intellectual history course of Japanese Buddhism, from a monk and a founder of a certain denomination of Zen Buddhism called Dogen. That's his name. And yeah, really interesting guy. He has a lot of poems, which are all very, very interesting. Translated as well, his works translated are also just very kind of thought-provoking in what they do.
Yeah. You're saying not to be afraid of anxiety. And I mean, there's different levels of anxiety. And I use anxiety, I use it as a inspiration, like anxiety, fear. When I get those feelings in the body, I look into them. And of course, I ask them, like, what are you trying to tell me? What is this trying to teach me? I don't just automatically like start meditating and get rid of them. Obviously, I want to go into those first and say, because all the answers you're looking for are into those feelings, that feeling of anxiety, the feeling of fear, and knowing where it's coming from. And to heal and to cure that, you got to go into it. But once you go into it and figure out what it is, you can use that for inspiration or motivation. Yeah, and it's just like managing that. But Mike Tyson used to say, like, fear was his greatest inspiration. Fear is our friend. It's not a very good friend, and it doesn't feel good. But I know what you're saying. I definitely know the point behind it.
Balenciaga Perfume is definitely doing its thing. Yeah, it's
What's up, Sean?
it's certainly out there. Yeah. Really do. Yeah. I can't wrap my mind around Balenciaga Perfume. It's just that weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about it. It's interesting in a way which I don't hate and I might enjoy, and I'm currently trying to figure out if I enjoy it or not.
You're not obligated to like it or love it or
I'm
hate it
not
or
saying.
anything. It's like
I'm not
it's a
saying
perfume,
that,
and you get to
like,
decide
I
how you feel about it.
I'm not
And
saying
if
that
you
I'm
know
obligated.
yourself well enough, you can make that choice on your own, and you don't need to be told
Well,
what
yeah,
it
I'm
is
not.
that you're gonna enjoy or what you should wear.
Of course, I'm not like asking what should I should think of this. I'm just saying I'm smelling this, and it almost feels like I'm not quite settled on if I enjoy this or not. It's heading towards the enjoyment side of it, but I feel like I need more time with it.
111 votes, and we are at a dead ringer. How is that possible? 50-50, 111 votes. Wait,
It's
that doesn't even
averaging out.
make
There's a
sense.
0.1% that it just isn't counting. It isn't showing, you know?
Yeah,
There could be like,
they've rounded it for us. Maybe we should do another poll. What other poll should we try?
what other poll?
I think we should do a Les exclusive poll.
You could do Bois d'Azil versus Samsara.
We could. We could. Do these polls stay up? So for viewers that are going to watch the broadcast after, do these polls stay here?
Beats me. I'm not, savvy enough to use any of that. I just talk to people in chat, and that's about it. It's a hang out with friends for me. I don't do polls. I mean, I when I remember, I do post a link to hey, give me money if you want to. But other than that, I'm not using any other like.
Do you have a coffee donation
I
page?
do have a coffee donation page, yes.
All right. Are people helping you out?
Look, I post it sometimes I forget, which is fine. I don't, I'm like, there hasn't been donations in like the past couple of months, few months, which I don't mind. I'm taken care of. I don't need donations. If you want to give me one, do it. If you don't, I'm not forcing you, and in fact, I understand you. I'm also short on money. We've all been there. We're all there all the time. So, like, if you want to, do it. If you don't, do it. Yeah. In terms of the Samsara versus Bois d'Azil poll, if it happens, it's...
Should we end this poll? Should we take this poll down? 50-50. I don't, it's 114 votes. If you're new here, if you're just showing up, pick either Rouge, Diaghilev, or Chypre Palatin in the poll. 114 votes. It's still 50-50. I don't think it's going to get any better than this. Like, this is how it's been. And that's a pretty cool outcome, Doesn't need to be a winner. It's just like really fair. And considering like the cost difference, because Rouge Diaghilev is about $1,000, $1,000 US. Chypre Palatin is $250, right? A quarter of Diaghilev. And for it to stand next to it in and the even split is quite impressive. Quite impressive. We're talking about all kinds of polls, Rudy. You should have been here earlier. Kevin was talking about how his ex left him for a bigger pole. So
A shinier pole.
Shinier pole, a newer pole, maybe like a hairier pole. I don't know.
Maybe it
Bigger
was cut.
pole. Yeah, maybe the North Pole. I don't know. All right, 3 hours. 8:30, 8:40. I'm gonna end this, and I am gonna go maybe go get some
I
poutine,
need
and
some
I'm
sleep.
gonna go
Thank
see.
you for doing this. I need some sleep.
I'm gonna go see Oppenheimer. I'm gonna try and go see Oppenheimer if there's a late start.
All right.
Yeah, it was good seeing you, Dev.
For sure. It was good seeing you.
Thanks to Kevin and Joanne and everybody in the chat. It was good seeing you. It's been a while, but we'll be back. We'll be here. Maybe we'll do another stream tomorrow. I'll try and do a stream tomorrow. I've got very little responsibilities this weekend, so I got lots of time. But yeah, all right, guys. Have a great night. Dev, go get some poutine. I think I'm going to.
See ya. Put it in your mouth, Eugen.
Guys, like the stream on the way out. We are at 72 likes, 37 watching, which is a good ratio. Have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Yeah.
Until then.